What man for breso?
A bread or mati so powerful say. A banquet when ye giadaje. It is a wunya neat palm nut extract. Umra. A sign say a babri so and what ye. The namki to a big power will burn no canata frozen. Neat palm extract and that's a neat a banquet. Near Ed Danny say a more sham to say a banquet in him dada noa. And a subios in your deal. What was a so more who no be so umra.
Neat palm nut extract. Oh, come on. Now, only baby. What dear sound come with pad? I wouldn't need palm be a bear back on the slow media. Will be able to pumwa. What's me? Oh, what's so? May I am part of this?
You and your mom for Mupe and will be uncle supermarket. Any jump
FDA, I just said, you didn't crack to more jet to say a ye.
Ejaba boni dia juama wubi eti ya menu afa hin na mahie fufuo ti ase dada menya wofo yi papa so be fie ni anwie fufuo ya asam aba na so oben wadi fufuo edi mpreni ne mpresa da kro be ye de ni ahie fufuo a akwade wo nwane
adua mo aduma se me ne fie aduma di mini fufuo kakra ba o medie no eno to me twama da pasa aso wo kan na matire nyira
what ate na make am mebo a
ebo de odi komum na sese ade obra to otwa fufuo ai wo wodum pam na wo ma siu na wo timu aba na wo sada ade na wo tim fra kwada ne nyina to otwa make say ya need food sada roma wo bia mani ye pa ya wa yam body fufuo ne mankan fufuo a wa ne powder wo de gu da kama ya fra no need fufuo a
enya no bi na masori ba ntilizi kama me di ye yo
sese bia
ma me hwe oh e bia need fufuo enya kama say body fufuo ne mankan fufuo papa bi na wo ka say twan e posim na ede na me se wo ka so ento simanu mpe no wa wie no ahie wo kwa papa bi aguso
be chese de ama mani kura agisa need fufuo ho ama mko tobi kura ba ne se de Ghana for sipom fufuo no eno an wo ye nu enti se wo hwa fufuo won pam wodrom ne we nu a wo ho susuna bia wom wo nso de body ne mankan fufuo papa bi
ejanie eni afi na fufuo na afi na wo bedi pa ne se de wo bedi ne se ne wo fa mojaduro ana pa wi ne anadwo a wo koda
need fufuo supermarket bia mu need fufuo e wo wufi a eni gye nko a
FDA I just said you didn't crack to more jet to say a ye.
Efiura me mochi o Efiura
yes on
machi o Efiura me chia wonye so
hey ewura enforce ma mso what e ba force chia me mo yem no
won so pepe
hey oh wa fi we die me pese oni Efiura bekon Efiura we die ye kwa sori abo
ewura de mo kwa sori
ye papa ye
ewura de ka soro ho a what e be se wo ba hwa wa kra ba kompo wunya onipa da se ne timi koto this way chocolate drink no ne yire ne ma edi nsuo hie twabia nom anopa no wi a wasade bia hye fridge mu wo mako school pon a wasan ba be yia nom enu mpo se ne nka ne twaso mu pa ende ye rekore ne fie wura beti ha anopa dio awia dio enumre dia mo no makodeo mo mame na mu wi a ma soro akotra so ndem se ye kosum ya
me se na dia ya late nso me yanki kabinje Efiura ye wi a yakosere ba fa che Efiura Ruti fia say light be no water be ba wuntua bi wo boa sa sika na ne fa koto this way chocolate drink na ba nom
ka hwe me catch we play fa say this way chocolate drink no metumi ato bi pa na so na me so mo ahwe what e de me hia ne nsuohie na nsuohie so me ntoi say me bufu a betumi ato bag mu a what
yeah Efiura we nkwa de ma abunfu e koto nwenwe
Efiura fi de ya bre ma abunfu bi
munyam sumponie na mo ba ye trimodefo
FDA I just said you didn't crack to more jet to say a ye.
And some ko twiko bata esum se don twa no dumaja esum Ghana Montie adwumadie so eye neat
ego kwekunu no ya o wia no ho boko abie puno no sa no ya o de tutu neat FM
Ghana Montie all the sampa kasia bo ko wakata monsa amaya sa kasia waje onye yimu no kretrodo kamadine men kamadine bo nita fe mama yentie kasia waje 100.9
kwesi bonkwe Ya can't go maybe I Santanasiano pay and a joy at Twaso, the Amama copying bay non do. Need 100.9 Ghana Montie Jumedia soon as your girlfriend Chrissy ABOAGYE and Dijumedia Huchami. And a pay many so, Medas, they will do a video there to Hanum saying. Ye bedin come over here near cause of my Ghana Muamman yourself home come on. And somewhere appear there Bankratano and a joy. Ye de Bremo, the backing kind Nimu and 70 near Moon 70 in Adia Mamo. In some way, Diakotni news online portals and I don't see the other Bremo on pay. Jimediane Kosuwa Drink Chabet Media 5 WhatsApp line was 0503721744. Adin Chano, Noama Ayetia, now Honswati, and Sama Hudo Toje, and Edie Chewaji. Kabama for me, I could just upon I come home back in kind of Bonkrata, no dear my intention, my chassis, and most of the other Bremo.
Atankona penu fana kwasi ABOAGYE darling boy ensem hudu omo adintadua eyi ekugu ewemu a yenya misa Ghana Montie efi Nit FM so
no cre ya to aso ye kwenim de Bonkrata no na joy send on 7 tie enti
yo daily graphic na me didi kan na daily graphic animu ha sei e na o che sei awia a ye de yenkane ano afei e na nyame adom 22.25 megawatt ababeka o man no nkane a honsem ama ne wache se bui na o maya daily graphic de ho asem aba digital petroleum monitoring system na ba he no o se ye kai free afi atwam ne afi wei bosome me ensantam ni no wo matimi ahwa magana sika be se wo pepepepe baako 1 billion Ghana cedis ene ensa kan eno na kwankwa ye se afa yensa ase ama ekọ baabi wo de ato wo mo fa nkrofo anwuma se mo fa nkrofo anwuma se mo be mo akade ama mo de aye adwuma no mo ma mo eti nipa na mo bre ene nneoma hudo bi ekoso no wo mo che se nya de beboa enti mo hwe yie ama daily graphic de ho asem aba
na usa Ghanaian Times anim hanom a Prince Philip wa nyame ato nsa afra no nyamfrinsi edi okronkron 99 Ghana mampeni His Excellency na nado danko Akufo-Addo asem no aye na wira ho panti ene bakatis nanim ti wosu ayamane yahwegu wosu ayamane yasiegu wosu ema usani mfoni a eda Democrat Ghanaian Times anim hanom a mampeni anim kura afon wosu pa enam wowura yiwo sade esiaya ne yanti na waseta akwaya enye ene wode abeto Ghanaian Times yanim ene wata se Ghana ha nyina akwaya ye 30% pe de aka ye 70% nyina papa ba akukura anim ene wata akwan no anya ne bi emfoni ade abetoa afei pon landfill wonom ebra minister for sanitation akwahye wonom no ene wata se zoom lion fire dia pa enti wabo wanu abaso ewo Ghanaian Times yanim
be the Ghanaian publisher the Obokrata ena eba na wachese Professor Ameyawa Kumfi anama memori nyina Professor Christopher Ameyawa Kumfi sese wo ba wo bububa no ba be hwese MPP fo beto ba ayi ne se chairman waso oba no wadi nkaba mu pepepe ye ene ahofama obetunu wasi wo e de ama party no afesu so obi yabone a discipline yi obema na bempa eti the Ghanaian publisher abomu amane de nimfo nyina ba beto ase so oba den afei abai ena wo chese zoom lion aya de pa se enei wo san aye nhihye pon landfill site wo ya nhihye e wo ho ori apia nim ena chese he ede ade no na nado obetena akonwa so da bai a mo po obi obesina na mu that nonsense no nyai na enya de beboa eti the Ghanaian publisher so e de ho asama ba ena afeso so wase mra hodo bi ena wo ho a enei na nanma hemfo wo so mudi so se de be ye de asomdwe be bansa asesam ho ama Ghanaian publisher de Obokrata de ho asama ba
na abusiafo daily statement anim ha wo rantombuodu a wo ye general secretary ma MPP mfoni da ha en waka say wase neck edi wamu na ba besifom na meeting kase bi pe ba ebekoso na sa meeting no ase no sa neck wie na wamu ba abonten a sa me pe frag bearer no a epie ewo MPP amanyɔkuo mu no ɛtoɔ bɛtwa Professor Christopher Ameyawakumfi wada hanom sɛ yɛ ahyɛ no space yɛabɔ ne tie kama yɛ wɔta sɛ national chairman MPP amanyɔkuo no wɔnya wɔpɛ Kojo Ponkroma Minister of Information wada the Bokrata Daily Statement yanim na sam yetiawa wɔta sɛ abanya ya anka broadcasting bill wade bɛba sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a wɔbia ntumi ntena TV so na wɔmfa ne wɔpɛ ɛmfa mmɛto so ɛnso adeɛ no tis wɔ mu tase ne sɛ bɛsepa ne kɔ nyina haban
Chronicle the Bokrata ɛna ɔkyɛ sɛ wokɔ epoyɛ mantam a wɔn a akɔmfo no dɔɔso dodo wɔn a wɔasisi signboard ɛne mmeammea ahodoɔ bi na ɛno ɛna Chronicle woba amaneɛ sɛ deɛ nti a ɛyi ɔkyehene ntimi ɛmpam wɔn mfiri ɔno ne FM hɔ no ɛno no ɛho asɛm Chronicle the Bokrata ɛde aba no pɛyi ɛna afei so owura ambafo ɛna wɔka kyerɛ owura Vagbin sɛ wɔn ka hunu sɛ NDC DNA wɔ ne mogya mu enti ɛno so Chronicle the Bokrata abɔ mu amaneɛ anɔpɛyi
na Daily Dispatch anim ha owura Ben Absent de aba no wɔkyɛ so wɔtena wɔbɛkyerɛ ne tentententi ya bi a wɔnya sɛ mmarahyɛbagyafoɔ baabi a wɔn teɛ no wɔn sɛ wɔn sa enti yɛnsi new chamber ɛmfama wɔnum na parliament ɛwɔ nom sisi a no wɔn tena mu a ɛhyew paa adi wɔn no enti asɛsi yɛnya new chamber ɛso paa ebetumi accommodate mmarahyɛbagyafoɔ no nyinaa wɔso wɔtena wɔde ho asɛm ba afei wasade aba anim ha ɛna wɔta sɛ MPP amanyɔkuom ɛte sɛ nnwom bi aba bɛse kɔ wɔse wo kwamatra wobɛhu nama notness yɛnuanom a wɔatifi mantam ɛbɛhu wɔgyinabea ɛwɔ 2024 sɛ MPP amanyɔkuo kɔyi flag bearer ɛbɛyɛ alankyerɛmante anaasɛ Dr. Mohammed Bawumia sɛ kɔyɛ Bawumia deɛ a ɛne ɛne wɔn ahuo mu nama ɛkɔyɛ alankyerɛmante nso a ne wɔn ahuo mu smoothness level ɛwɔ Daily Dispatch anim
Mami for the new publisher. Now the new publisher no just a kaswa. Akwadaya nante kwa mienu kokuni. Omugusu ka ho ase. Yes say the adane NDC ni MPP. Aya amanyosem e wo ho. Eti the new publisher the ho asem aba. Wase enkwada mienu e no makowu aso dem. Ama posifo ache prophet Evans ke wopon. Ya che no. Nti no so e ho asem wo ha. Afa wase eja ahye abusua baako. Maame no onyem ni kunu ena nkwada mienu etia no so ewo the new publisher mu ena ape wo mo ya abibiduro ewo ma mu kire se mampanyimfo na no nto o ma bibiduro na o mo yenum won kasa no endorse won kasa bibiduro ye etia no so the new publisher the Bokrata no e de aba no pay
na the Herald anim ho no wete se yenu anom ananka omuton nkosua edema free senior high aduane a ye de ma wo mu no ana womanu demu a womu suyi enkosua no a womu de ma schools no aban si womu nyae emom wode dwumadie no ama wobi a wokra makre ade free China eba enti saa China fo makre no ene ye de abehye nkosua no anem ya wotasa aban akatre nkosua fo ne se eye nkwada na di nkosua bre sisi a womu pe China makre enti China makre ene ye kra de bre nkwada no ewo school se no ena omuni afa tension ekwaso ewo Minister of Foreign Affairs ya makwan se wo mfa nipa na nipa a wo mfa wo Foreign Affairs no akoye kokofu bo wunu anim ayampa asew abusua ntemfa ene wo ya wo ho wasade aba anim an wata se asam kakraka bi pa buboba ewo Youth Employment Agency enti wode Justin Kodia Frimpong foni ade aba betoa na Ghana fo na ebisa kan wofori ata se tax bebrebe a yetua de am oman no ede ba pa na wode aye enti Ghana fo bisa no
ye come on so na yakwa kodin komo sa semi aba beto Jakarta Ghana Immigration Service for the aba beto ja se Nigeria this year the prisoners be 1,800 yes you make Ghana fi prison in Nigeria and until say ye nyina ye ahwe ye Ghana han se ahwe no ma ba bi pia am saying na Ura Adam Bona chief executive of Samaye security warehouse security expert as well yanene ni nkomo sa asemi ya ade asesi ye bohu sani emfa no as on my Ura Adam Bona da se mo akwa baba ni TFM so no pay
major me
Right. So Sakrata ya ababato J na they bo teach you in fancy immigration officers, security agencies no say wamonya let mu nyina emfie ni. Yansu timem fo no sen yemfa no ne di kan kra hu Sakrata na yo say.
Well, me who no. For me, me say no points one no. They say Sadana yete yenya can say ni say there has been a jailbreak no. Sadana na can say yempenyin for no almost started raising a state of alertness because of more mujane no 50 over 1,000 of them. And so if you have as many people like that breaking deal say Nigeria for no any because of the language with regards to English. I mean, that's the national language. And so Anglophone, you can say Africa, Nigeria is one of them, one of the biggest. And so we also good one and she young big and yabaha. And we will be when the Nigeria did break, some of them in the past have come to hide here and they were arrested from this country.
Okay.
And so we name the group who actually did orchestrated jailbreak. It is the indigenous people of Biafra. Or more any issue of Muriko who saw jail. And almost support the second day up echo breaky you can send jail for the others to run away. And you know, some Namdi Kanus, you can say no. He has a property in Ghana. He stays in Ghana most of the time. I'm sure this is no secret. That some time ago when they were looking for him, he was actually hiding in Ghana. And so it tells you that if this was orchestrated largely by followers of his people, then chances are that some of his people will be amongst those who have been convicted in that particular jail. And they would want to find their way into Ghana, which probably could be a safe haven. So for me, I think the points one.
I see. Enti in Chechemi adi media say bia obi aye na adwen so Nigeria dey say Benin, Togo, emutwi no Ghana eye bia ohun se nkrofo yi wo mu efire wo mu se emutwi kakrabata hani bia omudi omedi be kire.
Oh yes, largely because Zonim say there are more Nigerians in Ghana than in Benin and Togo. And most Nigerians headed to Ghana because of maybe the growth in our economy and the peaceful nature of this country. And so if you visited Nigeria lately, it's a bit chaotic. And so everybody will want to live in a peaceful environment. And chances are that even though with the state of alertness, as has been raised by security for no, chances are that it's going to be very difficult for some of them, but it's actually impossible. Some of them might slip through. To me say, oh, then be out there rent. And I say, Ghana near Nigeria for say. Others come to join. No, for us to trace. Hey, it looks like some new people have come into the kind of saying the jurisdiction to make me about check. I'm gonna check it. Maybe I'm not convict. So for me, I think the coins one.
I see. Katimemu for the say minim say krata na immigration service edebaba 2 janon. Se niamimi ehuem se 9th April baba to dwa ana kwa se wireless message internal wireless message bi omode ma womo a omedwuma fo na officers no me hu se bia womo kan bibi a kire yentimemfo no ba no pem se yedi nkomo na wo chechim se yanso yembie yeni ya fe aso nto fom ne hwe ne betimi ayaboa so minim adepoten bia some of the things that we should be looking out for near estimate for yen here dear ne betimi di ehun so okay asimesi we bia obetimi aka ne we dwane no ho ana ne onwane no ho
I think what needs to be done is going to be very difficult, but I think generally there may to be a can say if baby out here no now Nigeria free beach now from nowhere you see others have come to join them. Now where you for now to trade. Message you can say release our immigration they buy and I think it is woefully inadequate. And can say by this time to me I more to alert landlords, to alert drivers, because first of all, say, every free anyone who is running away from jail would not go by air usually, especially when the land borders are very porous. And so, who bring here say, Bema and Tretrana Koso said, we are driving. Now we are Nigeria any driver, and now say Ghana any driver who call Nigeria Eba. Now Ufanko Fuibia. Now wash because some photos have been published. Now by this time, Omuko to do station now the photo laminated the amount drivers look out for this person, look out for that person, look out for this person. Then you will say they are trying to educate. But here can say I think I've seen it on some of the major news networks, the major ones in this country. But apart from that, it hasn't been, their faces and their names haven't been there as expected. So as far as I am concerned, I would have wished that in the opinion for would do what is expected for us to, for us to be able to help them arrest this person. But unfortunately, they really haven't done that. Apart from message about say how many you can say security officials any but now say say no, some of these people have come in, but we will say it is better than nothing. They almost really discuss it. So I would have wished that they will go further than this to let us know what we need to do. And to say, number but these are dangerous people. I mean, if you see anyone suspicious, police were 18, you can say 555. And now, which number is it the normal thing? Because this is a jailbreak, a major jailbreak in Africa. It's a major jailbreak. We usually don't have this type of jailbreak where you have over 1,000 people escaping prison. It's a major one. And if you look at how porous the embodiments are, then you know that we could be affected. And so I thought they should have done better than what they've done, even though it's not too late to improve upon message no about
Obia timemuni bi asabre wotie na saa asem e bia edi ehu kraba bebɔ no se yese Nigeria prisons bi adwane na wanhwe bia make say kroma ba bedu Ghana hanem sei no die na be ka kire no yese yemhwehye ana yemfa ne sei.
Oh no, as for not at all. You know, Ghana by our nature, there can be, escapees from our prisons, but maybe those who came very close, this trans-Togoland people, sad groups, any rebels, among us, usually when they are caught and incarcerated, then they gang up to break jail. So there is no way one will say that because they are here, we are also going to experience jailbreak. At least our security setup here in Yambambono is a bit better than where they are coming from. And so we shouldn't panic, because panic in Ankasa in security, another insecurity challenge when you live in a country where people begin to panic. I think people should go about their duties, go do perform whatever trading or business activities you have to perform. Go out there without any fear. But if we say we be an one who as to me and paying for us to trade, no from now where you want to trade. But true now, I mean, Nigeria for Muteha, and can say by this I'm paying for no. I hope they are doing that. More engage you more, because harboring a convict or someone who is being sought after by state agencies is itself a first degree. You can't say you don't know. So if you are caught, the punishment could be probably as severe as Nipa Noah. You will receive about the same punishment. And so if you are harboring any of these escapees, now you don't inform the agencies and they get to know, say you did it intentionally, you are liable to also spend time in jail. So for me, we shouldn't panic, but we should help the state's agencies to be able to ensure that these bad people don't come into your jurisdiction. Because these are hardened criminals. These are hardened criminals. You are talking about hardened 1,000, I think about 1,800 or so. Then so many of them have escaped, even though they rearrested some. So many of them have escaped. So we have to be careful as a member of the ECOWAS bloc and as a member of the Anglophone bloc, in Africa.
Adam. Right, Adam Bona, Chief Executive Officer, Security Warehouse, or Sansia Security Aspect. Anope, ASSME, Ababeto J, and no and Komo, high elect over 1,800 Nigerian fugitives, just prisoners, Ome Jani, Efi, Nigeria prison, Imo State, in Tiena, and Hoso, na, Bia, Ebima me P, Ghana, Hanum, see, and no Komo. And I knew opinion di ya to aso ye kwen nim na ya jinsem ne bi da bon krata na no pe den and ansem no eda so atie ye nto aso
kwesi na efie wurafo no nso wo ho wo mo nso nya alert wo ho se bia efie wura na obi ti ufie na hwohwo bi beka no ho a wunim bebi a sa hwohwo ni firi a na wo nso wagba aposifo amane nti kwesi efie wurafo no nso wo mo nso nya alert pa
ye nto aso
yo abusuafo da bokrata ekura me ye daily guide nanim ha na asamo akosidi hu nkomo e wode abetoa afei pon landfill minister for sanitation kwose ya ehwanom nso dwumadi akoso nani ade ho no wo daily guide yanim wose John Etakum Kofo ani ni nua Dr. Kwame Adokofo abraste awura bi wono nso eho asam ewa ha enkwada anu ananka womokwa akwaji skeduro no edura womokwadine ya fra no pocket no dry anya ade womokwatokuo mu baweda womonso mfoni ewo Democrat daily guide yanim
ape ye borem amamenko daily graphic swe na daily graphic animu ha sei ene watwa mfonyini bia wa beto a mfonyini na eda ha sei no eye bui ene woche se we mu nyina akoso na de akoso no eye yenim se na nsenkane ana ya na edundum na edum ana aso yesi me nka se edum so na eso edum a eso etia na daily graphic e kira se bui ede 22.25 megawatt solar power awia ene ye de aya ene yi wode akwakoka enkane a ye wodada no ho na sei na asem ne tie wo kira se bui power authority ena wo mo aso na ne so no e kira se mpanimfu atena se aye ho adwuma engineers a wo mo ewo bui power authority ena wo mo tena se keka nneoma si anim ehu ye se awie yi ebokwa enya de awie yi ye de ye bibia etina esepata se wo mo be keka nneoma si ani no mo aboa eti Ghana Great Company Limited wo mo ena sese wo mama kwan ama mo de ababeka ho wo kire se abra wo mo soye no na anu fiada no mo soye bo be se donko epa ho simadua na num 1:45 pm ena na efiada no wo mo esoye na wo kire se 127 inventors ena wo nyina ka wo ho bo mu ye hwe se awia na eba no wo mo mane mbo ngukwa eti wo be keka nneoma asisi ani panel na afei wo mo de ababeka national grid no ho wo say afimpinu 2000 ni mu ena German fo bi ba ya wo ne energy commission fo ka ba mu ena wo kire se ye betimi e de awia aye solar na eno no betimi ama ye nkane a ewo ye fiefie mu enti abra epanimfo no fiti ase a wo mo ye saa ne yokonkrofo fiefie mu a e ade a wo ma ye bie ewo wo mo nchansen so enti eno no wo mo nkonko ye yedum kane bia na emom saa awia no na ema wo mo saa nkane no ema no eso etu ase de edika kura ni a ene Ghana ababaye kese anase abaye bebre a ye de ababeka omamu ni nyina ede hu na no ana oto aso akire mu se ade no enye we nko a ewo ho wo mo ye ni in phases eti phase 1 de a wo maye ede ababeduru no enche bia wo mo de 50 megawatt baba beka ho na etimi akonanim na afi aboa saa asɛm wɔ nyinaa ɛbɛda adwa abra sese nkane ho haw aba ama mpanimfo ahwɛ kwan a wɔbɛfa soɔ na watumi afa ho masibrɛ no ɛno ɛna nam so ama na basa enti CEO a ɔno ɛda Bui Power Authority ɛyɛ owura Fred Oware ɛna ɔde ɛto Daily Graphic anim abra wɔn mo kɔdi nkita ho ɛna wɔkyerɛm sɛ sese no saa na akɔakɔyɛ enti wɔn yɛ ne sɛ na bɛboa ama deɛ wɔn yɛ nhyehyɛeɛ deɛ wɔn de agu akwan mu nyinaa no 250 megawatt na yɛhwehwɛ no ebetumi aba solar system ne betumi aba bɛka ho na aboa ama Ghana nkanea na obiara nsa aka bie na afei ayɛ yi a Daily Graphic de aba no pɛn
na the new crusading guy the kratafa toso me yansa na medine wata se papa yi na nka wono ne yabɔ ne din kura ne sa wɔyɛ aspiring district chief executive ɛwɔ Adanse North District wɔwura set odro wɔsan yɛ tutor wɔ Akrokani College of Education wɔno ɛna nkampanimfo atena se a wɔn gyina atum sɛ ɔmayɛ aban krati panima Adanse North nanso ɛbrɛ din gusu ɛkɔsoro apɛ ɛna odi obi apia bonten na saa wodi onu apia bonten no ɛbrɛ ya ba beto aba no ɛna wɔwura set oduro yi wɔne obi di nkɔmɔ ɛna wɔsopa nipa korɔ no wɔsopa mampani de kyerɛ no enti wɔta mampani adapa saa nipa na rekɔde ɛna wɔrekɔde de ato wɔ enti ɛbrɛ din abeto dwa sɛ papa no ɔbɛyɛ aban krati pani ɛwɔ Adanse North District pɛ ɛna audio no pia bonten na saa audio no ɛyɛ owura setu oduro yi ɛna wɔne obi gyina hɔ edi nkɔmɔ ɛna wɔta mampani adapa ne nyinaa na yɛ fomina constituency ɛmrahyɛ bɛdɔ akonya no ɛbra no wɔn opre no na no owura yi tɛ sɛ ɛna mampani wɔn wɔyɛ hwan ɛna waba abɛyi MP amayen yani yatie kom ne saa nneɛma no ɔyɛ ame me sɛ me hunu kura na mbuafu ane wɔta na da pɛtɛ saa nipa kura na rekɔdo ya asɛm yɛ pia bonten ɛwɔ Adanse North wɔnom a ayɛ deja
meda so wɔ Daily Graphic katafa ɛtɔ so dunsia na ɛno ɛna wɔkyɛ sɛ ɛyi mpanimfoɔ ɛde petroleum digital petroleum monitoring system bi aba na wɔn de ba afimpinu ne aduonu Every 2019 nyina no anase emfie kotopepe nie sadia ye fa ngo ho nsam so omo de free depo no omo de ba ba bia sese omo de kono wo behu ano na afa nchen ekoba sai ma oman no eboka na eka we na mpanifo tena ase din ana omo ye se wo mo mfa abefo so abefo kwan yi so no omo fo wani hwa ade eti sa digital petroleum monitoring ni ana ode ba ye na no o che se efri bra ode ba ye no amaga na nya sika no bebre sika na ye hwiri ni nyina no se de omamu no esan abegyina ne naso ewo ho enti o se wey eye first digital project eno wode monitor petrol na safa nwo a ewo omamu eno nam so ama se wo mo keka si ani no wo se yenya 600 million eno no ye mfaso ewo busumi makomako ensia mu na wo che se wey nyina eye se de osihihye anu ntia every June afi atwa mu no na ban no de saa nhihye we ba ye se yenye ne yefie ne hwade ne yehunu se de fa nwo esi efri yensa ewo memu no enye ne kwan so no enu ntia wo se etimi keka ne yomasi ani ne yeje ya de wo che se wode ma adwumako bi from Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited wo mo na wo matimi aye ne saa na wakeka si ani ano wakeka bomu a enya bosumi nsia no nko a echiri ye boko ye chia ena o chese 44.79 million Ghana cedis ena apega aba bedru na de no kra ye se afi bia se de Ghana fo tofan wo no eya na ekonanim bra no eno nti se irade a na chese ye bokapa na enso o chese se wo hwe wo de totototo ho afimpinu ni edu enkron eba no ane afina etwam a wo mo awia ma afri yensa sa sika ne nyina afri yensa no a na je se we de ye ekosoro pa de die na de wo chese sa digital petroleum monitoring system no aboa ama Ghana nya 1 billion Ghana cedis a eno ho asem no e wo Daily Graphic mo
na a Daily Guide the kratafa tosum yansa no wo chese aposifo CID headquarters ye won kran en wo mo kwate taritimensa ena desmoni eje ewo sran ho na bra wo mo toto na no no ena maame na ji atum se nokre nkwadaa mmienu no frɛ no wɔ abere a wɔn hu n'advert ɛwɔ TV so yɛ na wɔn n'advert a wɔyɛ no ɛyɛ sikaduro baako bi a no sika ne nsa da yɛfrɛ no pocket no dry enti nkwadaa no frɛ maame no ɛna wɔn kata maame no sɛ madam yɛhu advert wɔ TV so yɛni gye ho paa enke yɛpɛ sɛ yɛnyɛ sika bebree pocket no dry no ɛna wɔso wɔ ni wɔn mmerɛ enti nkwadaa no tu anamɔ kɔ ɔsran hɔ ɛne maame no kɔtena ase di nkɔmmɔ ɛno akyi no wɔn san baa back ɛne maame no sɛ wɔn sɛ da foforɔ wɔn nsa mmra enti nkɔmmɔ kɔɔ so a ɛna maame no bisa nkwadaa no sɛ saa pocket no dry no ɛte sɛ mukum nipa o ɛna nkwadaa no sɛ wɔn bɛnya nipa ɛna wɔsi nipa bɛyɛ wɔso o wɔn bɛnsa nipa deɛ wɔn bɛnya bi enti ɛnya dako wɔn hu advert no wɔ TV so ɛna wɔn kɔɔ so di nkitaho na maame no se na ɔpɛ sɛ ɔsɔ nkwadaa mmienu no hwɛ sɛ wɔn wɔ akukuduro wɔn bɛtumi de agyina adeɛ na wɔn pɛ n'ano anaasɛ bi wɔn ka no wɔn ano kɛkɛ enti 16 years ne 17 years no monkɔ wɔtena mo mmra na wɔn aba monkɔ adekye mo mmra monkɔ next week mo mmra next month mo mmra enti wɔtoto nkwadaa no ama ohun sɛ no nkwadaa no ani abere enti ampa wɔn ka so wɔn bɛnya nipa no bi ɛna wɔn trɛ nipa a wɔn bɛnya no enti wɔn di nkitaho akɔsi sɛ ɛna wɔn nku nipa no nsie no na anadwo no wɔne ne nkɔɔfoɔ bɛba na wɔn abɛyɛ nyankoma adeɛ enti wɔn yɛ nyankoma adeɛ no wie pɛ ɛno ano no wɔn sika nyamu ano no na wɔn sika no yɛfrɛ no pocket no dry ɛnsa da wɔn pa adeɛ bɛbu wɔn nsa bi wɔn ntompete ɛntungu tu sika no ngu a ɛnto ampete abɔnten so still wɔn bɛkɔ fie na bi wɔ hɔ ɛtɛmu sapo enti nkwadaa no na wɔn kɔ akɔgye pocket no dry ɛyɛ time ni bi ɛno ɛna nam so afa kwasi wɔn di kun akwadaa wɔnya mfensia edu baako.
Rather unfortunate. Yanko enim yanto aso anapɛ wo dwumedie no so na nso aba pansima mienu na Ghanaian Times the obakrata no ofa katafa to so do enum ɔse police nab husband of murdered woman in Somenya. Yɛsi Somenya arehusem bi esi hɔnom sei na yanem sini a wo epremantem ye Michael Akrofi yene no ni nkɔmɔ Michael te say okay. That's it. So many asemi so far. Some no inche mu pa ni say.
Okay, so that okay chemu and the best way to for them say. Ayo so many important kono where guest house be why is like Jamali guest house. Ho and am the fresh guest house no so no. E go yi police fast to say. Na watching every year as if you dey chemu na watching no. Omunya nkrofo bi ebeda omo guest house ho na ade achiye na ye memreda kwesi ada enen na wo pepepe dwabe itwem no ana musika ye guest on be share ha no ye nti omo nka enen tie kwese se omo ho a omo koya edan na na omo no ye bia ni but no mo fa safra entum ye ena afi omo bie ya na oba openi oba ho no mu ene ne be share ho no oda empaso a moja etuno na chese we free mu ansa no mo hwehwe ne bag mu no mu hu ne din say friend to live sakete afi be mo ne beta no mo hwehwe ne ba bia omo hu ente de ni by farmer police for won mo so nya police for won mo treatment e masuchi ema ni beba ma police for ekọ ho no mu ekọ yihye mu e wasenya mu na asam no hwehwe mu a police for egusu na no ena na no fiade police for won mo akusogbo CID department CID penio down no the six capacity ena after so crime officer ono wo so menya ewra so via esinam openia or chief investigator Sergeant Richard Ediomanim and almost debi. Ye beton sa afre ebusia amode share ne believe sakite a wada ne people so guest house no na ensem bi se bi o ha ibebi so mo eno na nam so mo ton sa afre believe sakite ne ebusia na omoba no and omode owura bi a most say ni kunu they didn't prosper neglect prosper negblen so nya kokudru e de busafo ni mu de ne nsa gu n'akyi asene na yire mu enti and onim hwehwe na ndi so de wasu bi pa afọ bedu guest bedu police station hɔ no ma sɛ adwumayɛfo ɔmo so guest house hɔ no ebi abɛka ho ɛna ɔmo so okay guest house adwumayɛfo ni ni o ɛna ebusu ni nti mo nka na esi yɛ na ebusu no nso ɛnkata ma abaga ne bi fi ne bɛrima ko a ɔne ne fi hɔ no ma na so ɔne ne ba hotel hɔ no ɛno ɛna adwumani baako a ɔno wɔ gamali guest house no ehu prosper ne brɛfɛ no sɛ owura we deɛ ɛyɛ ɔno a na ɛbɛyɛ saa deɛ no wɔ guest house hɔ because ɔno ne abayewa wei ɛyɛ belief sakete no ɛna ɛbaeɛ ɛno ɛna clinic bi nso wɔ guest house hɔ kyerɛ sɛ papa yi baeɛ no ɔsoma bɛyɛ ntwensa menim di kita ho ma mehu n'anim yie nti papa wei a ɛyɛ ne kunu no a wamiamia n'ani ase asu prosper ne brɛ no ɔyi ne ho ano baabi a ɛnyɛ yie because adwumayɛfo mmienu baako cleaner ɛna baako ɛyɛ receptionist na ɔmo sɛ owura wo ne belief sakete ɛna ɛbɛhyɛ guest house hɔ ɛno nti ɛyɛ waa ɛna wodi saa nyamanasɛm ɛna wonya kokodo nti woadwane ɛhɔ ana police fo sɛ wobaa guest house hɔ no wodi din foforɔ ɛna ɛbaeɛ a wo sɛ yɛfrɛ tete charles ɛnɛ deɛ wodin paa ɛne prosper nebrɛ a woyɛ okunu ɛma belief sakete
nkamba bebisa say because some of the story that bontin say oni pa ko a woni ewura a we free me e ba yes your friend Charles Tete inti Charles Tete no ono ana wo hotel ho no cleaner no ni omo ye djuma ka say wono ni prosper negle no
sapetepe e no mo che oba guest house no ososan ni din e de din foforo enam adwempo a na ehye ne tim so ba beye na e bi akire no omo hwe na ti a omo ehu ene se ene ni din abeto jase your friend prosper negle akodi prosper negle ne ko e de anka be emre ama mpanifo a eda gamali guest house na no e mo mo tumi ehu ne ntem na mo mo di tete house ne bae no obiaa mbu fe ni kunu prosper negle no ene ne ba ko pem se pusi for tons afa kusia no na ni kunu prosper negle ehim that is in nam so palma ura prosper negle etumi de be yere a ye friend believe sakete cautious guest house wo e de sekan e wo no ma mo je tu na mo ja ne hye dem mo wi no obi ni pusi for chese omugusu e ya asam no hwehwe na ne be pia ba bia no ye fan kam ye tin for
okay mama fa we infanta to say for now police for senior womo come asem no papa e suspect and man be dey say bia ono di sa abone semi ana bibisa timidia no tato but ade ba kwa say minim ukọ hotel apapa na bia me fa say guest house papa bia enye se wotwro din keke ebi omo je identity kra no my photocopy minim say so far no manya bibisa e bia womo ye ya because now two names Charles Tete Prosper Negle minim say womo mo twro ni din keke ana womo gi ID card bi sa time na bi obae no
all right bro we there am say enye bibia e asam so nipa dodo na call guest house and asa wo gi ha so me bom din pa na some identity no e bibia e ni ati hotel sakese I recognize meeting and I want to take time and as much bread identity with you. If you cry at us, now so called now body yet checking now. Among family somebody do identity and I say, oh, Cardi B, no matter and you be I should I be almost taking note of and I say, guess house, you know, already what the more man or checking in.
Well. Ebim say short time me answer gra okay Michael Akrofi MC ene no krawie me menda Michael ase na yentoa so so nia ba beto dwa nia be say bia benya police for so menya ne ani omo nso etimi edi nkomo e was asemi arehu semi aba beto dwa make say mami efrim ya believe I understand say edin no sa ne friend no yenkoso yentoa so no pay yeah
Abusafo Democrata me de to aso aya de Herald Democrata what the aban what say asem ye pria mamre se bedwani a wetina ma de se wabusa South Crementa Park and what the asem betu ja and what the Democrata tes was abo eto aso ekokumasi ejura kwabre ɛna senior high school heads no ɛne wɔn kɔdi nkɔmɔ ɛmu wɔn nyinaa nso ka the same asɛm ɛde kyerɛ wɔn na papa ekura mpɔ deɛ wɔ kofi asare pɔtire pharmacy a wɔn sɔpra nkosua no wɔyɛ panyin a wɔda wɔn ano wɔte sɛ n'anum wɔ ɛna mampanin yɛ sɛ senior high school free foɔ no wɔn aduane wɔn bɛdi no ɛsɛ so wɔn nya nkosua ka ho na saa nkosua no ɛsɛ so yɛ ma Ghana hanom pɔtire pharmacy no ɛna surprise saa nkosua no ɛde ma schools no enti saa nkitahodie no kɔ so ɛma nkɔfo atɔ nkosua wɔ Ghana hanom deɛ wɔn adwuma bae paa ɛyɛ apa yɛs yɛhia nkosua no wɔn asɔprae enti wɔn kyɛ sɛ etumi kura creative jobs de ma wɔn ɛma wɔn bɔ mampanin aba so sɛ mampanin ayɛ adeɛ paa ebi kura wɔ ha thank you Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo for creating jobs ɛde afa nkosua yi ho free senior high school etire yi yɛwura this year yɛso wɔn hold on mɛmu wɔn mfa nkosua mmɛbio na nkwadaa yi sɛ nkosua yɛsi de bi anke nsɔpra ɛdan yɛsi mɛmi yɛn nsɔpra bio eti wɔn bɔ pirimpanimfo a wɔn ta sɛ China foɔ makre bi ɛno nso ɛde paa wode kɔmpe nkosua na China makre no ɛyɛ kama ɛtɛsi wɔm wohyɛ ntosi a wɔn di egu ho no a wodi a ɛde paa nti wɔn bɛru presia no na wɔn de saa China makre contract no ɛde ama obi na saa nipa korɔ no ɛna wɔkra China makre no ba yɛsi afrɛ no Lamens Ventures na saa Lamens Ventures no ɛna Ghana abaya bɔ no paa sɛ Ghana nkosua no ɛyɛ nkwadaa no adi abrɛ enti wɔn nsesayɛ China makre no ɛna wɔn nsa nkramra enti sisi yi wɔn de China makre no aba abɛhyɛ nkosua na nemu a Ghana Porter Farmers foɔ ne trɛ sɛ wɔde amampani abuo no mu abra wɔn mu so esan sɛ ɛha gyene paa adwuma na nkabua wɔn nsa kɔ wɔn ano nkakrankra ete yade afiri wɔn nsam ɛm wɔn kra China makre na de ba ama asetena mu ayɛ haw kakra
Kwabena saa asɛm yi a me okae na obo owura Kofi Asare yi ɔno ne opinion da Africa Education Watch ano na bam sɛ 3 days ago no this asɛm yi de bato ni Facebook wall so na ɔde to say no ɔtwerɛ no ɔsɛ we have been investigating why many SHS are not buying eggs like previously. Spoken to large-scale egg producers in Kumasi, Ejira, Kwabre, and SHS heads. According to them, before COVID-19, schools were buying or doing at least 3 eggs a week. This translated into 150,000 crates a week or per week. About 3.6 million pieces of eggs. So poultry farmers invested in more layers to sustain the demand from SHS. While it created jobs and income for many, thank you, Nanado, for jobs via free SHS. Then in January this year, another came from Accra that a certain company has been contracted by government to supply imported Chinese mackerel to all SHS in Ghana. Apparently, the company had been supplying to southern schools prior. Since then, many schools started doing 1 egg a week. This reduced the demand for eggs by 70% and coupled with supply chain disruption of COVID-19, forced many poultry farmers who had invested in layers to shutting down and lay off labor. The increase in the price of maize only nailed the coffin. Dear Excellency, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, some of your policy decisions are now creating unemployment and poverty, eroding your own achievements, especially in your World Bank Ashanti, the headquarters of Ghana Poultry. Let's keep praying for Ghana. This project is called Project Kwadanda. Okay. So,
according to mpanimfoɔ no ansa na COVID-19 eba no before ansa COVID-19 no na schools no at least anya se kura no wɔn di nkosua mmiɛnsa na wɔte bia enti ɛboaeɛ ɛma Porter Farmers ni tumi supply 150,000 crate a week. Wow. Woman to me surprise. 150,000 crate a week. And to the bank was yaba 3.6 million pieces of eggs. Was yaba and Tinata said, oh, a craft where did to be a good 3.6 million pieces. Was yaba a week yo. And Porter Farmers no. A basano, Nasa say, Omudi Sikashamu more. A son says senior high school, no, not Omu Hian Kosiano. And I'm so, Emma a creative jobs. Adama, Mabunu Bebre, ne Ghana for no bebre. Emma Nam so crampo. Emu ye to media bia 2 days say. Thank you, oh, Nana the Danko Kufuado. Sir, one ma Ghana for ye to my year. Now you see January year moon. Enankra efri nkra ba ya se sa nkwasua na wo mu sopra no wo mu hodu on esan se ya de tumedie no ama obi a okra China fo ma krabi e de abre senior high school so a e wo Ghana ha enti asam no bo wonum pusa kakra na we de efri da bai enti efei na school so no a kwasua baako a week kwasua baako a week. Enti reduce amu demand no be 70% ya etedie na ha wonu mu adwene panti enam so ema Porter Farmers no asase se omu yi workers no bebre edi esan se omu wo honom a omu nya hwe e kanso ana omu bo enti omu force nipa bebre em omu kofie enti afei na ebro sade na no bo etie no enso na akobo wonmu asenuem enti mampani na dodanko akufuado o policies ni bia wode aba no ya na kane ekreti aduma no ena de ekreti unemployment wo hia ahokire ana de ma Ghanafo especially one kasa World Bank ya Asante region e wanso na nkosua no dodo na nkosiafo mpo wo headquarters ya Asante region. Enti wamu so ugbo mpaye ma Ghana ene mampeni se sa wu project we pa wode ba ya kra makra free time na aba no eja wonum kodanda
yada say na interestingly about be kwa man so na ye ne Ghana National Association of Poultry Farmers for din komo but before medi ora Napoleon Ajiman Odro edebeto amano so na ye din komo no ora Kofi Asare of Africa Education Watch 3 days ago, Mikaso make a post 2 days after. Or somebody make a post. Be na my making kakra na kusi amboy na yenin cheche mo say. So, I mean, after yes, our first post na kwabna cheche mama no the way to or say, I've received a call from the Buffer Stock CEO, the agency in charge of procuring about 70% of SHS food stuff. John, which will discuss ways of mobilizing or remobilizing and sustaining demand for eggs in SHS to save our poultry industry from collapse. I've also sent a word to the Minister of Education. The following emerged. 1. SHS are not buying eggs because funds for buying perishables have not been transferred by government since school reopened in January. 2. In the absence of cash to buy eggs, the only available protein in the imported mackerel, which has been consumed since 2018. The mackerel and eggs are not mutually exclusive. Schools can buy eggs if they so wish, in addition to the mackerel supplied from Accra. 3. There is no policy that compels SHS to buy eggs. Suggestions made. Can we institute a compulsory 1 egg a day policy on the menu list and budget of the National Buffer Stock or SHS so they can procure the eggs even on credit from the farmers? Can we begin buying local chicken for our school feeding programs instead of imported ones? Let's keep Project Ghana alive. Ghana alive by sharing and commenting until we get what we want for our poultry farmers. Agosia chechim kakrama na minkwa manaso.
Yo, ora Kofi Asare said kwesi eka no wase wanya call ya freno every Buffer Stock CEO agency wo mo ne hwe se enuane a ye de ekokoma senior high school no wo ha mo chichemu aduoson de wo mo ɛna yɛ a na wɔn de kɔ na ɔsi abira ɔne wɔn ɛkasa yɛ no wɔn pɛ kwan yɛ wɔn bɛfa so na wɔn akeka nneɛma asi ani na afei kosua yɛ ɛho aba asɛm yi a wɔn ntɔ bi a wɔn kɔfa makrɛ no senior high school no wɔn atumi ahwɛ ɛde akɔma wɔn ama poultry farmers ana poultry industry no atumi agyina ne nan so na ɛngu ɛna afei so wɔsi wato nkra ɛde akɔ akɔma wɔsɔfoɔ a wɔhwɛ nwomasua soɔ na nsɛm ahodoɔ bi a efiri mu ɛba yɛ enie wɔsi deɛ edi kan senior high school no wɔnya deɛ a wɔn ɛtɔ nkosua esan sɛ sika a yɛde ɛma wɔn mo tɔ nneɛma a ɛnkyɛ yɛde si hɔ a ɛnkyɛ betumi asɛn no sika no yɛmfa maa yɛ aban fa maa wɔn efiri January wɔn bi esukuu deɛ ɛtɔ so mmienu wɔsi sika a wɔn de bɛtɔ kosua no ɛno no ɛyɛ protein a yɛde ma nkwadaa no a nhyehyɛeɛ a obiara anim sɛ kosua deɛ sɛ wodi a wobɛnya protein ɛde afiri mu ɛno nti mackerel no nso a wɔn kra ɛde ba no ɛno nso yɛ customize efiri 2018 ebesi sɛ yɛ kasa yi ɛna saa mackerel ne kosua no nso no ɛnyɛ ade a ebetumi akasa yɛ kan mmienu abom ɛde akɔ anaasɛ yɛyi baako afirim ɛde baako nso so ayɛ na wɔsi sukuufoɔ no wɔn betumi atɔ nkosua sɛ wɔn pɛ deɛ a na wɔn de mackerel no nso so aka ho ɛfiri kra deɛ ɛtɔ so mmiɛnsa wɔsi nhyehyɛeɛ biara ni hɔ a ɛhyɛ senior high school foɔ no sɛ kyenkyena wɔn ntɔ nkosua enti deɛ nkurɔfoɔ asusu anaasɛ nsusuyɛ ɛba a yɛnie wɔsi yɛntumi nyɛ nhyehyɛeɛ bi a ɛhyɛ ketee sɛ ɛda biara saa nhyehyɛeɛ no ɛda biara wɔsɛ nkwadaa no wɔn edi kosua na afei akeka ɛde aka national buffer stock anaasɛ senior high school foɔ no wɔn ntumi nhwɛ na nkosua ɛho ɛyi no yɛ bi a wɔn bɛfiri a ɛfiri akuafoɔ no hɔ nso a wɔn ntumi nyɛ nhyehyɛeɛ bi a na anaasɛ yɛnyɛ nhyehyɛeɛ bi mfa ntoɔ na wɔn mfiti ase ntɔ yɛn ne ayɛ nkokɔ a ɛwɔ ɔman yi mu ɛmfiri akuafoɔ a wɔn yɛ ntakramo a wɔ ɔman mu na yɛmfa mma ɛyifoɔ no school feeding foɔ no a yɛsɔ de yɛkɔfa amanɔnefoɔ deɛ no yɛntumi nyɛ saa ɛno nso anaa wɔwie no ɛna wɔkyerɛ sɛ saa project Ghana no yɛnhwɛ ma ne nyina ne nan so ne nyina ne sɛ yɛbɛtumi aka ho asɛm na mpanimfoɔ ahunu na poultry farmers wɔn deɛ no ɛnkɔnkɔguo eti yɛka ho asɛm ne yɛto mane ne yɛto pete ɛma obi ate a ɛno ɛbɛtumi aboa
yɛkɔ ama no so yɛni owura Napoleon Adjumano Drew ɔyɛ vice president Ghana National Association of Poultry Farmers yɛni nkɔmmɔ anɔpɛ nhwɛ Napoleon da ase mu akɔ ababa Neat FM so
yo ɛgɛ me do so
mpɔmɔ
ɛwurade adom na mo so
yɛgusu nkakrakra na mame mbusa saa asɛm yi nokorɛ wohwɛ ɛyɛ Rako Fiasari na asɛm ɔde to dwa Ghana Africa Education Watch wɔse Asante Mantam yɛ the headquarters of Ghana Poultry saa na teɛ
ɔfampakyɛ saa na teɛ na metia wɔtiefoɔ
yɛfɔ dwo so
bɛtiri sɛ yɛka poultry adwuma no a asanteman ɛyɛ bi a poultry adwuma no akyinkyim wɔ hɔ no bie wofiri hɔ nom a kane brɔ ahafo man one so kosi papa nti yɛbɛka sɛ a lot of the eggs a yɛdi no wɔ MONTIE ne afie ahodoɔ ho nyinaa no ɛne kaseɛ no afiri asantema ma nasɛ kumaseɛ ne mpatɛmu
asi sa saa asɛm yi aba bɛtɔ dwa yi mmate Ghana National Association of Poultry Farmers sɛ yɛseɛ nkan na kyɛ sɛ mo adwuma ɛkɔ so kama nti mo bebree kora mo invest in layers SHS free SHS for no mo tɔ nkosua kama ɛkyire ɛda sɔ de yɛayɛhye company bi Chinese wɔn kra mackerel ayɛhyɛ tinapa bi fi China dreba nti ɛno na ma nkosua yi ne tɔ yi ɛbɛba fam sɛmpa na teɛ owura Kofi Asare of African Education Watch nsɛm yi ɔde ato dwa yi sɛ na teɛ mo ate mu nsɛm
ɔfa yɛato mu nsɛm na megye sɛ globally wohwɛ poultry adwuma no a aman a ɔmo ama ɔmoni akɔ poultry industry mu no mfaso a ɔmonyɛ fi industry mu no ɛdɔɔso wohwɛ ndwuma a poultry fa so provide ndwuma ma amanhodoɔ bi sɛ Brazil, US, Holland nom ne ade a na wotwe w'ani bɛhwɛ sɛdeɛ ɛne so yɛ deɛ mu a na ɛyɛ ayarefo kakra yɛnka sɛ yi deɛ ɛbɛka sɛ the meat aspect no yɛ lose to import because ɛkɔkɔ nam a yɛkra ba ɔman mu ba bɛgye no ɛdɔɔso bebree. Nti air production yi ɛna yɛfi ɛda so sɛ Ghana akuafoɔ. Na sɛ mmerɛ bi a ɔmampanin bɛtu anammɔn bi a tumi adwene poultry industry no yɛbɔ n'aba so. Sɛ wohwɛ free education ɛne nipa dodoɔ a mfeɛ mmiɛnsa ntam ɛde ɔmo kɔɔ sukuu a nkakane no bebree na nya akwanya nkɔ sukuu. Na hia sɛ ɔmo kɔɔ a na kyerɛ sɛ production level a na yɛwɔ no before 2017 yɛka sɛ yɛgyina hɔ a ɛnso nkwalaa no. Nti yɛn nso yɛboa yɛn ho ɛbɔ aban n'aba so sɛ wɔyɛ saa adeɛ no ama yɛn kɔɔsia production and demand no ɛmu ɛpagya. Yɛkurakura mu saa. In fact, ɛduru baabi koraa no na yɛsan bɔ aba n'aba so sɛ kane na yɛkra aburo bebree ne sɔre bebree firi amanɔne. Saa planting for food and job no ɛde aburo bebree ɛbaeɛ. And we prepared ourselves to serve as a market for planting for food and job. The church says, we should poultry year, a boa other areas so bebree, education and crop production. I mean, what I mean. And the yaya from the supplier, I start there, covered by and Kolai, they bring cotton fee, no crack. Yɛtukosua go yɛ because schoolfoɔ na ɛbɛdi yɛ nkosua no ɔmo nkɔ school na wontumi nkɔhyɛ aban sɛ by force ɔmbɛtɔ nkosua na ɔmfa nkɔsi school no ho ade bɛdi nti yɛankasa because we were not normal time. But in September no kura nie ɔmampanin ma nkɔlaa no kwan sɛ ɔmo nsa nkɔ school ɛyɛ SHS foɔ no ɛsan bɛyɛ ɔhyɛ sɛ aduane a yɛbɛyɛ no yɛmfa kosua nso so na nkɛ de aban bɛyɛ ama ne nkɔɔfoɔ adeɛ. Along the line, you produce kosua yɛnkɔ, you produce kosua yɛnkɔ. Yɛyɛ nhwehwɛmu a na kyerɛ sɛ saa ɔhyɛ no a yɛde ahyɛ sɛ yɛmfa kosua ma yɛn nkɔlaa yi na yɛni da kwan sɛ in 2021 yɛbie primary to JHS 3 a ɔmo nso yɛ school feed nso kosua yɛ nnuane ahodoɔ no nso no saa nneɛma no nyinaa no akɔ akɔgyae. A chunk of our demand no, is no longer existing. And see, if we say bano January, I be Sambre, I'm no say, not poultry for a took Kosiago, because you need the points to be rather fat. Nipana mama fat. So, Bashano, maybe 1 month, any actually, Kosiani Biagini, now say, you took. And only idea who here to say, ye, to say. Nka aban no nsa ntwe n'ani na ɔmmra mmɛhwɛ. Na ɔfa maame nka sɛ there is no way a ɔman bi betumi aka sɛ ɔsubstitute kosua with mackerel anaasɛ oyi kosua firi n'aduane so na ɔde mackerel aba abɛhyɛ hɔnom. Menyɛ datrini meyɛ kosua producer. Na wɔn ne datrini anaasɛ dɔkitani biara akasa a the Obaka sɛ mfasoɔ a ɛwɔ kosua consumption mu no ɛnyɛ mackerel nyɔnko no ɛnyɛ ne yanko tepen koraa ne kosua because nnuane nnuro a ɛwɔ mu no ɛnyɛ adeɛ a yɛbɛka sɛ mackerel ɛbɛtumi produce ama nkwalaa nti sɛ nkwalaa yi ɛyɛ learning children nkwalaa a ɛresua deɛ ne sɛ kosua tumi boa wɔ nipadua yi ɛmu ne n'adwene mu deɛ a Nanka ne kwan so a ne sɛ bɛka sɛ yɛmfa kosua ma akwalaa every day biara. And so wokɔkɔyi na wode mackerel, and I'm not too sure sɛ mackerel no koraa yɛyɛ no wɔ ɔman yi mu ha dom sei. Nti mmerɛ dodoɔ a wo no wokɔkra mackerel ade abɛfidi over 1.2 million children no na wopɛ sɛ wokyerɛ sɛ yɛntɔn yɛn nkokɔ na nipa a yɛne ɔmo yɛ adwuma no yɛyi ɔmo adi ɔmo nkɔtena fie. Na wopɛ sɛ wokyerɛ sɛ ɛtoɔ kora ahodoɔ a yɛtua ɛwɔ mmerɛ a adwumayɛfoɔ yɛyɛ mfasoɔ kakra no saa mfasoɔ no bɛba fam nti ɛtoɔ a wɔsɛ yɛtua no na ɛwɔ sɛ ɛso ɛte ɛrelease government revenue. Na wopɛ sɛ wokyerɛ sɛ in serving as a market for planting for food and jobs, particularly maize and soya, no, yɛnti adwuma no so na saa nneɛma no a ɛfiri crop production mu ba no ɛno nso so ɛso nte na ɔmo a ɔmo de aburo nso ɔmo ho ntere ɔmo ɛdɔɔso mfasoɔ a poultry produce for ɔman no ɛdɔɔso nti sɛ yɛyɛ adwene sɛ yɛyɛ biribi saa na kyerɛ sɛ saa mfasoɔ no ɛna yɛto no gyagyaa mu so aho nti akɔyɛ haw kɛse baako wani soɔ sɛ mpanimfoɔ ɛbɛsan atu ho anammɔn na yɛde kosua ato nkwalaa yi aduane so because so many years ago na saa ne yɛ no ma wohwɛ ɔmampanin abere si a nneɛma apagyaeɛ because nkwalaa a ɛrekɔ school ɔmo adɔɔso planting for food and job ɛde aburaba so ho nti akɔyɛ haw kɛse na wotpɛ sɛ mmienu anaasɛ mmiɛnsa atwa mu yi nkosua a poultry producers ato agu no ɛnyɛ ade ketewa
and mo ato agu sɛ free SHS na mo de hyɛ no sɛ wɔn ntɔ nkosua ɛnyɛ sɛ bi a Ghanafoɔ na wɔn ntɔ nkosua no
wɔfa ho sɛ wohwɛ demand na agu mu ahodoɔ obi bɛkɔ dwom ɔbɛtɔ crate baako akɔsi ne fridge so anapa anummerɛ na wano adi ama abusua no ɛne yɛwɔ special market sɛ free SHS
ba mepɛ sɛ mehu sɛ mo nkosua na mato agu no mo de hyɛ ɛyɛ because free SHS nka ɔmo tɔ nkosua na sisi ayɛ sɛ nkosua tɔ no ɔmo ntɔ no nti na ama mo tum nkosua agu no
yes definitely because obi a ɔno tɔ si ne fridge so no deɛ mmerɛ biara ayɛ nkyekyere no sɛ ɔngyae die baasesei no sɛ obi atumi aka sɛ ɛnyɛ ɔhyɛ ma SHS sɛ ɛbɛkɔ akɔtɔ kosua ɛna ɔmo hwehwɛ protein nti yɛkɔfa mackerel so ba a na kyerɛ sɛ deliberately no yɛyi kosua firi mu wate aseɛ
ba sɛ mo ne Ministry of Education na Ghana Education Service mo ne nhyehyɛ biara sɛ bia Ghana Poultry Farmers Association na mo a mo yɛ nkosua yi mo produce nkosua no man mo ne nhyehyɛ biara saa meboa
Dabi. There's no special contract.
But who say yes, schools in it no na mo increase production me boy.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Now
once that and I say demand and what we as producers, the ones you see the demand exists now.
Yeah.
Also would be produced. No
right.
This is our demand.
Right. Now Orako Fia Sayo Bem so de assassin betu dua ni di akiri a wo de betu dua no. Was it one buffer stock penny edin komobi? What the assembly betu jano chese onya coffee buffer stock chief executive officer. Now seeing comedy in 70 be a PA no beye miensabi. Back was say SHS are not buying eggs because funds for buying perishables have still not been transferred by government since school reopened in January. Your person chene say sika nke bia SHS say ye woman sabeka na woman de beto eniama na nnuane a enche na say ne ade hye fridge because maybe am fan hye fridge me be say esi o che be say no woman che say fiti eye afi ahyase January mu no woman san kan say sika no ne etosu mi no say in the absence of cash to buy eggs the only available protein is the imported mackerel which has been consumed since 2018. The mackerel and eggs are not mutually exclusive. Schools can buy eggs if they so wish, in addition to the mackerel supplied from Accra. What should I say? Someone told Kosia bet me to mackerel no. In Shabia, anyone might say chinchia, one more enton Kosia. In fact, Satina pay 2018, and one more shas, yes, one more edema school for one more way. Ye the fin crying, and ye the bromo. There is no policy for that compels SHS to buy eggs. In Shabia, no. Chinchiachi says okay. Sanchi say ye de ato akunyem, so de ato akwemu. Monto eye nkosia. Sansem ya okay say na tema.
Over. We are not talking of contractual issues. And yes, I ne obi assign a contractor webu the contract in the swinting ye kan wasemo. The issue is about special arrangement for a particular industry. Elsevu or minor. Sebi. Debiani ye kase unemployment rate was sorrow. ɛne yɛn yɛnyɛ akwangya sɛ yɛbɛboa ama unemployment rate no akɔ fam. Nti sɛ wohwɛ nipa dodoɔ a ɛne ɔmo yɛ adwuma no a, ɔman no should think, and these are some of the reasons for various bailouts globally. And some a yɛhwɛ so ka sɛ ɔman no ɛyɛ bailout, ɔman no ɛma packages to industry no. Ebi ne sɛ adwumayɛfo a ɛwɔ industry no mu no ɔsɛ yɛbɔ ɔmo ho ban. Nti yɛnyɛ sɛ obi assign contract ɛna wabu so nti ne yɛka ho asɛm, but deɛ yɛka ne sɛ industry no must be protected because it serves certain purposes. Na sɛ sika no koraa na ɛmmaayɛ a, aso nkwalaa no ɔmo ndidi. Na sɛ ɔmo didi a na kyerɛ sɛ other perishable stuff na ɔka sɛ ne sika mmaayɛ nti ne yɛntɔ kosua no. Are they not buying those perishable stuff? Kosua is not the only perishable food item a ɛwɔ ɔmo list so. Adenti na kosua nko ara na ɛbɛsɔfa. Now, the wohwɛ second option say, I'm not too sure, or you can educate me. I should say, because saa mackerel no, yɛyɛ no wɔ man mu, anaasɛ sɛ yɛkɔkra no ama no ne ɛne yɛde ba. Sɛ yɛkɔkra no ama no ne a wɔba.
According to Owura Kofi Asare, yes, I'm sure, no, kyerɛ sɛ ɛfi China, ɔmo kra fi China na ɛba.
Good. China, yɛmfa cedi na ɛtɔ mackerel wɔ hɔ, anaa also convert your cedi into dollars to buy from China. Now, already, meat importation I contributed to acquire a faso foreign exchange, and I say yes, sister a quackran human free manone ebano. Yen ye did say poultry importation I contributed to that. And the inflation I would wear cost me I do mine munino. Over 472 million cedis per annum importation of chicken no, are contributed to these areas. And to say, ye beja adia ibenyan wa yemaimu. Ye beja na chire, niya kwa kofa, ye sika asista into dollars akwakra mackerel free amanania bar. Now we are doing ourselves a great disfavor because adia no ubenye biwaha. I didn't know say o cost pesca. Na ehona ye kono kra no. Ye di free na. Ano so nyesika koya ene ye de kokoto. Enti you cannot justify say sikamba ye ntino yen konkokra amanone makre amro preko a ano so no ye di sika na eto. Se oba kra makre no mpo a mummy yen fa hwe ne say aso makre no ne yanko te pempa ne kosua na medical church mu nduane nduru a wo kosua mu no enye no no se ye beka se ebia ye kofa makre se wo mre kakra emre bi atwam cuba aban bi efre ne mpanimfo nyina ka se nkola ye pese ye ma omo aduane di na aduane pempa ne betumi di ama omo mpanimfo no yi ano se nka yɛma akwala baako bi akosua ɛde ya nka bɛboa yɛnya hu saa hwehwɛmu yi no deɛ ne yɛgye di sɛ ɛnyɛ wɔn sɛ edumre bi na Ghana yɛ rely so much on Cuban doctors because ɔman panin bi hyɛ aseɛ de kosua fidi ne nkɔlaa a wɔkɔ school na deɛ kosua no yɛ wɔ mo adwene mu ne nipadua no mu no ne nsinsanso a nnɛ Cuba etumi produce doctors are do baby Ghana for you rely on them. And it is not for any other reason. But the health reasons. Apomidine in woman and the yen woni pa dwinemu and ne peduan no. Bibia ni asase so a ebe tumi e de no ho atoto kosua ho. And we have viewed this right direction by Buffer stock and not your Kosia or Mampeni initiative, gender ministry, any idea. Now, seeing a COVID by you, Crano. So, what's the Ministry of Health, Peninba Kuba can say, Kosia qua enhance immune system. Kosia Dino enhance and I say boost to immune system. And to me, and to make JTM. And let me ask you, sir, the worship price and our cost of Kosia, a bit to me the macro to one. Kosia is the cheapest source of protein. Your protein was some quadia. Now, your GDP the best area is to consider the air consumption. So now we need also no. Now we protect the industry. Medicayaka, the yellow poultry, especially in the meat production. The Omanga Namana Nico meat production locally. We stand the chance to provide close to 1 million jobs. Now the industry say war maimo. Eboro 16. That's a poultry to me about 1 million. Natural say, if it me my unemployment rate was through war maimo aquaform. Adenti, and I'll see it to me cry over 95% of the chicken that we consume from somewhere. Mrs. Na ora sorry air can be say. Baya nka nkokwa ye difidi nkwala no kra no. Yembo modern engine wo maimo.
Yeah.
I revo pa say me to na say wo owura wo ne me twetwe nkoma na pay. Eto a woje anase wadwuma wuraje kokoma aban no. Ebetumi assistant into dollars asa kokra nam. Obi man so adwuma no. Thank you yen yana wa de anke be kwa ma no ne. Ba ebe yana wa ha. Nti adenti na yen fa sa sika no. Yen fan poultry industry no mu. Na asista dollar kokra akoko feed. Akoko back. See the yes school feeding. To me it's a sad situation.
Okay.
And why you can be also rather it is helping us to reduce our employment level. Na say already no unemployment rate no was so. Na say we share poultry juma cost obi was 500,000, obi was 200,000, 300,000. Now we koko 200,000 offer. And ni pe ba wo farm ho ba ye juma nko ano. Enya de ketwa. Abusia down and now for you are a very key person in that locality because family business at the crow if you cross a same crow be Ghana has a or she pay ye juma na say you guy or tuku siagu or tugu the other band say I feel the semiyani and for the menda in your cry
okay
the ranting about what more has a mon coffee na say 3 year de ekosua to school feed na aduane so a mefremo mo ba me aye na ye de akwa komo.
Okay, all right. That's Napoleon Yamisha Papa Anape.
Of a so me da must be brain akwanja mo da mayana pay.
Napoleon Ajmano draw a vice president of Ghana National Association of Poultry Farmers. Na asem we Mr. Etiefo say when akwakwe suchefam memwia asem ya ansa na ye hwese ebenya mpanyifo Ministry of Education na buffer stock for yegusu abo ahoma no ye nsa kan mo ye di mpanyifo no beto ahoma no so na ye di asem nkomo na ya bankrata ba miensa na mehu won so mo ka NPP amanyoko hu sem Daily Statesman or say NPP to stamp authority on untimely flag bearership campaign. Kese MPP Rajon Buedu General Secretary ni phone da honum say that flag bearership hu enkomo en in ye ka ho da honum say NPP to rein in flag bearer hopefuls John Buedu and also Daya the Ghanaian Observer and NEC set to take tough stance on scramble for 2024 flag bearer slot John Buedu. Na krata bi su fi the Northern Regional Chairman for the NPP Ababa Todra. Yebedi hun komo be kenkan mamo na yedi ehon enkomo. Ye kwa mano so na sasemi Ababa Todra fa nkosia school nkodai wo munye ufa Daily Post de krata na MP wants free SHS audited following importation of mackerel. Now, it comes with a photograph of Honorable Clement Apak. Na yensa kam Honorable Clement Apak ewo amana so oye mrasebe jeni ojama Bulsa South. Osansi a deputy ranking member on the education committee. Honorable Yadasi mo akwa baba NIT FM so anope.
Many ameda wase. Mekire
tiefo nyinaa msɛ me ne mu di nkɔmmɔ akyɛ kakra
nokorɛ ɛyɛ a yɛbɔ ahoma no bata ɛyɛ a yɛnsa nka ho
sɛ na nneɛma ayɛ pii so kakra afedeɛ biribi atoto no akwam
yɛda ase sa no pɛ wagyeɛ so na deɛ bɔkrataa daily post asɛm yi ɔka yi sɛ wopɛ sɛ nhwɛmu bi ɛkɔ so ana auditing bi fa tinapa anaa macro bi a yɛse yɛde kraba ɔman mu hanom sɛ asɛm no ne nkyerɛ mu paa ne sɛn boaɛ
yo meda ase bebree sɛ wohwɛ deɛ mekaeɛ no a menka sɛ audit no ɛnhwɛ sei deɛ na nka yɛn Ghana ɔman ma a ebinom ɛyɛ poultry farmers ɛno no twim yɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ nkokɔ a nkokɔ no ɛto nkosua na saa nkokɔ no a moto nkosua no saa nkosua no yɛma na ɔmo wɔ secondary school no ɛna yɛde yɛ nnuane ɛma ɔmo ɛnti sɛ wɔbɛhwɛ a asɛm yi a aba no ɛnyɛ Dr. Park anase NDC ɛna akɔfa aba ɛyɛ poultry farmers no ɛna ɛtu wɔn no wɔn maa Kofi Asare a ɔyɛ educational economist ɛsan da Africa Education Watch ano asoteeɛ ɛti me nso mehwehwɛ mu na yɛ nokorɛ sɛ yɛhyɛ program no ase no na nka na wɔtwe biara no 150,000 crates of nkosua and after 3.6 million eggs na poultry farmers no almost supply ɛma senior high schools no ebi ɛnyɛ ne nyinaa mpo na yɛ asɛmpa kɔde ɛteɛ ne sɛ ɛma mu adwuma ɔmo nso ɔmo fa nkurɔfoɔ ɛma ɔmo yɛ adwuma ɔmo nya ho mfasoɔ na sɛ nyɛ nkosua no nko a nkokɔ na ɔmo to nkosua no a yɛfrɛ ne layers no yɛ ɔmo to wie a yɛsan ɛde yɛ den ɛde yɛ nam eti adeɛ na nka ɛbɔ yɛ paa ɛwɔ ɛman yi mu so yɛ sukuu nkwadaa no ebenya nnuane pɛ di obroni bɛka nutritious food with protein well egg an egg is just a ball of protein and even chicken meat in the layer na nkura no wɔto nkosua no wie a ɔno nso yɛde yɛ ɛnam na sɛ ɔwie a yɛ protein and as a result of this no mpo no ɛma poultry farmers no they invest a lot more in their industry but yɛwɔ hɔ a na according to the story na aba no yɛte sɛ January this year yɛse order free Accra and I mean say that order came from the Jubilee House because our free senior school policy now and then the budget now until this year yeah pass it 2021 budget I say year free office of the president at the ministry no it has always been under the office of the president. The message that is supposed to have come to Accra no definitely came from the Jubilee House. Say a certain company be man a contract. Say one supply imported Chinese mackerel to all senior high schools in the country. Meaning, I know and I offer a semi abano. Because this then reduce demand now nka schools no ewo for X na omunye free the local poultry industry no by 70%. And it also say COVID ne buy I didn't some esu buy you know. Na eno say poultry farmers no wo mon kokɔ no enu nkɔfo mu ye adwuma ma mo no they have to lay off a lot of the workers and also to reduce the stock of layers nka ommefa. Whoa. And in fact, the COVID no brought about an increase in the price
Hello?
of meat.
And see, dear Kofi Asari, Ebisa and say, Mr. President, who policies he bino, ku say in Yuma, ma a hocha adukru, or mayeno, etintim, ye achievements are yenya, especially wow stronghold, World Bank, Ashanti. Na me kwade nka me de bia baka ho the center of poultry farming in Ghana. Now me as a deputy ranking member of education no. Yeah so na nyoma ba ko me bi echichi ya adwen. So say the free school policy no akọ na funding no expenditures no e na atochima. Because so omunu anani tie generally the supply of food and non-food items. But let's focus on food items. You introduced free school in 2017. No, rather than old system now, the headmaster and then the management and the benza. One better say, atu agrin, say be a pegari, yepe edria and ate beans, yepe emo, yepe a pewele, and ate pekobi, yepe anwa, and ate pefraito. Do say any penno. Ye again went to a Muslim. So it has now been centralized. And it is done through the national buffer stock system. And the school management, momo of na supply a beer fremo, munimono, munini in Kikaho, or Freya will say, hey, you say, Memphis 100 bags of Garim Remo, Memphis 20 gallons of Anwamo, or they say, Remo. You have no say. They come, they give you the items, you sign, and then they go away. Into the quantities that every school is supposed to get to know. The amount that is spent on the food items to supply to the schools, heads of institutions, will be in. And you usually might say, many of the schools, are not receiving adequate food supplies. But the management, the headmaster, or you be transferred. We also have evidence to show, say, some of the food items, are unwholesome or expired. Expired, though. We have instances where expired tomato paste and even mackerel has been supplied to schools. We have evidence where and one can say the seminar, you supply my school for. And it is tried knowledge. So the quantity that the schools prefer, they don't get.
And but you can we have and for more evidence.
The minority in parliament.
Okay.
Okay. And the headmasters, heads of institutions, they don't wouldn't come up. They know says on Babontia, you more transfer. So they can't come out, including chat.
And teachers in Niania saying the man Cordano.
I am telling you, the Yaman America, and we a program, our PM Express. I will follow back on a kind. Say they in the back school. If you don't know, and swam. Say they in the back, I catch up. They say, "Omoda form." Say they in the bano, I catch no. So we must be the garisa na funomo. That is because the institutions and the management have no say. So within this context now, a year between buffer stock and the suppliers, and the funding is held by Office of the President, it has generated avenues for corruption. I'm being honest and straightforward. Quote me anywhere. You can call Office of the President or the Minister or the Free School Secretariat. That most of these contracts have been given to party apparatchiks, party boys and girls. So they are duping the system, feeding our kids unwholesome food, giving them food that is not adequate, and nobody is saying anything. And the moving in Ayakaho, and as a mackerel, issue by I the free national school funding is disbursed under the office of the president. I am calling for an audit of every and any expenditure associated with the free national school since its inception. But when you're let's go back to the issue of mackerel. This company that was giving this contract.
Now, Honorable Park. Yes. Mackerel wants me. Oracle Fiasaya, Odin Shumim fans or ye. What they are 72J, back was on the back home. HSWC Unya Coffee Buffer Stock Chief Executive Officer. Now, when any dean come on in 70 BPM, Bako was say in the absence of cash to buy eggs, the only available protein in the is the imported mackerel, which has been consumed since 2018. The person me jina on him saying said, I saw my 2018. And yeah, no one more Tom mackerel no the ama a school for Kodayo.
Menen di echini. Kofi answer so aka no kre. Because I may say January. Because I may say January. And I am at a company the contract. Say one supply mackerel to all schools which are secondary in this country.
Okay.
Minka said the company was not supplying some mackerel.
Okay.
Now, so I will say, as a result of lack of eggs, what created the lack of eggs?
Cash to cash.
Say that they couldn't supply the eggs.
Or Sisika, cash to buy the eggs. There's no cash.
And that is exactly why I say we should audit. Because I am holding with me documents. Let's begin with 2019. 2019, the total budgetary allocation for the free senior high school was 1,682,641,924 Ghana cedis. In 2020, the total budgetary allocation for the free senior high school was 2,429,257,748 Ghana cedis. That means it had gone up by some 490 million Ghana cedis between 2019 and 2020. Then in 2021, it came down by some 535 million Ghana cedis. So for 2021, the budgetary allocation was 1,974,021,968 Ghana cedis. This has what has it been used for? What are the expenditure issues? Did they use them to build structures? So why do we still have the double track system? I am going to be in Dentia, and then you can say, yeah, and also say, you're creep for a school. When we could do a Simosa MRF. And I'm saying, and I'm going to say, you are going to construct 1,119 infrastructure projects between 2017 and 2019, and you have only completed 539. And here, go to the 2021 budget, page 168, paragraph 929. So we need to know what the money are being used for. This argument says that it's as a result of a lack of money. No, the only way we can be convinced is if an audit is conducted. So we know what these monies over the years, which have been voted for by Parliament, have been used for. Because these monies are supposed to cover any and everything to do with the free senior school policy. And even in the area of infrastructure, no. Yeah, they get from ECOC our $1.5 billion to address the infrastructural challenges. Some will say more by constructing 1,119 infrastructure facilities. Now in that period, we only 539. You have to say a Ministry of Finance over 800 million Ghana cedis. And you say we should not ask for accountability. It means that the call I am making, no. And when we say some mackerel issue, and I could pay Jabba. But as you say, just the mackerel, we need to know how the funding provided year in, year out for the free senior school policy has been expended.
I see. Me can ya sasem kroya the Bokrata ya Daily Post. Sem ni bia na de to dwa no che se ye ubusa se ye nim sa company ya ye de contract ya de amamu. Womo a womo ye honest. Ayem bia no se unim usu busa ana unim se na tie.
Mesme busa. Eti ami bisa ne se to award a company such a contract to supply all senior high schools in Ghana with imported mackerel, no? I got some kitwa. Do you know, sir, we have 721 senior high schools in Ghana. I'm saying this 2021 budget now, I'm claim say we pay 28 Mama Community Day senior high schools account amano akosruka. So at least plus about 2, which now makes it 723 senior high schools. Do you know, sir, as we speak, the total number of students enrolled in the senior high school system, as we speak now, 2019-2020, 1,200,580. This is a colossal contract. Was there any effort for competitive bidding to open it up to tender before a company was selected to undertake such a humongous contractual agreement? And that is why we need to know the company and those who own it. And remember, sir, everything to do with the free senior school expenditure, no. The money is at the office of the president too. It is 1 minute teacher. We want to know.
I see. Well, as a deputy ranking member on the Education Select Committee, you say that me assure say be na ya pimpin for ni ebusa, but for now dear as in busa and I'm sure say we busa.
As a result, I'm busa. You know, so you miss some no. Because media ubisa mia. Bibi nkoye. Yes, I'm being honest. This is yet another avenue of create, loot, and share. Just like the whole supply system, as I've narrated to you, which is done between buffer stock and party people without the knowledge, without the agreement, without any authority, without any decisions by school management and authorities. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of rot. And we must ask for value for money.
I see. Ukwe mimisa me share the Bokrata the Herald Monu so the SAS some kroya diaba. No no crowd the company be out to jam minim say what the company din da. Lamens Ventures. According to what you mean da?
Menti o mean ba basma hwehwemo. If I go to Registrar General, I can get information about Lamens Ventures.
Okay.
But it is important to know those behind Lamens Ventures. Who are the stakeholders? Who are the directors? I will say, who I mean, we are media, makes me a politician. If Lamens Ventures is Lamens Ventures. Contract to supply food to now 723 senior high schools across the country with over 1.2 million students. Tender, procurement. I mean, let's face facts and let's be honest with ourselves. Something is not right.
Okay, all right. You better ask in here this year, say. Well, Honorable Clement Apak and Wayam Rashebejani Bulsa South, or sounds your deputy ranking member, or your education committee on a pioneer D. and komo kakra so I say me I be ho Lamens Ventures. Yabashishim Lamens. Okay. Kobra.
Yo. Abusuafo ya toaso de bokrata ya friend said daily statement mu. Wadi aban wata say MPP amanyoko national chairmanship race no. Ebu baba edi bakwa na edi ehim ayo owura Stephen Ayensu in team. Ya wo ya bottom mama lands commission. Ya nto anka asoro anso ana baako nso pie free central regional. Aya owura Robert Kutin Jr. Afei deɛ democrat de aba betum ɛwɔ daily statement katafa tosum yensa watasa signal wapekie sakia neke saba national chairmanship position no a wowura yi ɛbɛkɔ akɔfa nkrata akɔ akɔpribi ɛyɛ wania ɛyɛ papa yi akane na wɔyɛ minister for port and harbors and railways currently ɔyɛ board chairman ama Ghana infrastructure investment fund. Professor Christopher Amiyaw Akumfi. Wano ena ni din aba beto da se wadonfo dom yen na dan kwa buzia domo tradition kwa akɔfa nkrata national chairmanship a wowura itira sakia neke obekobi. Wadi baby a wo school di aba ya wo ni January 21st 1945. Professor Amiyaw Akumfi ese ni school ase middle school ɛwɔ Nkwae so ena Techiman Methodist School. From there, and what was so called a disco, and to a disco boy, and what in Oko University of Ghana, Equadia this year, and ya boarding crata baby, and what it was so Echo Michigan, 1972, Konya Masters of Science, and the Urban Academic, and Mia would wire to Madia, Bebre, our Hanua, what as a papa, a unity national chairman, MPP, Amanyoko Ojenem.
Meda se kwabna na sa asemi aba beto dwa about nkofia makara honsam ye di anope na yanko buffer stock for ni eniom kodi nkomo ora Emmanuel Arthur aye corporate affairs manager my Ghana buffer stock company na yene na eni nkomo engine chechimo sa asemi aba beto dwa ora Arthur da asemu akwa baba ni TFM so anope
mejo so menia
empom ti sendie
nyame adom
da sa anope wagye so na asem tichenti anope afro ni gina enhwem bia ye Africa Education Watch for aye nsem ni nyina ne se Ghana Poultry Farmers Association enche bia no mu se free SHSC wo mu tonkosua papa ento mo hyase wo mu increase production esanso mo se demand across road na ye free SHS for no mo tonkosua echi kodu be bia video mo se ade ye swate enko hwehwemu a omo chese dwumako bia se fe ne Lamens Ventures for ana sa wo mo kratina pa bi makra fi China wo mo de bagana ha se nti eno na ama school sie jai ayenkosua yi to ne ne yakaka ho eno na ye bisa se asemi sana tie pa me so so mate ba stock for
but I see the America if you can say asem 91st year no enya no crap near Tianesa, the sort of master me you, not me, Yana, Background.
Masugu super
2017 September. That time, no, na academic year near starting September, August, September. They say COVID ban year started academic year, which is bad. It's 2017 September, and a free SHS, a start here. A start here, no, and our ban here, buffer stock and supply Indiana and ma schools.
Mhm.
Then you buy headmasters, no, and the teacher for no. Concentrating on the teaching and learning. Now, among coding, among Indiana, so enquire almost for the under. It's a ban here, sir. Now, a year na your own a bunch of cancer. Indiana, no, a woman, you Yakim, a family of friend, non perishable. That's Indiana, and Shada, and say, and check a chance and I say non-perishable. It's your fancy blue, milk, cocoa powder, sardine, mackerel, ya come. Back, Indiana back, 18. And a bank has a buffer stock and supply. Now, what they are buying through with that 18 so, and no one ain't me and ye, Johnny, and Manqualano. Ubenia and Chile, or ye Mako, tomatoes, vegetables, no, they be more money, and now they are fresh fish, and now any kusia. If you are no, your friend of perishable, and no, and check not say. Well, and you know, as I buy you understand, that perishables not yet. Who run casa and Tom Wadia? Mr. Uti,
Masugu sumitio pa.
Kusiaka, the abandoned school Dankasa and Tom on Wadia. Na Omubeto Effie, the Kabia, I buy much school Lusika, the Rally school. No. Yeah, almost say about 30% of their budget. Yeah, the mom cash check goes there. You transfer a mom, I buy the mom. In the moon, that's one of the top tiny. In 2017, yeah, dear, near me as your supply, macro account. Yeah, no, the supplier, better men. In the no crasher, and then they are starting supply macro. Macro account 2017.
Enti ebi kaso Lamens Ventures bina womo yamo mo bem se 50 January mo sha ase so mo de mackerel ba enu nti na yenton kohwie wo se enya sa na tie
me say wo there benja time nanka obetuma buy office near the yanka time mu akero ana say wonim who headmaster bia busa me say mackerel ya start supplying that ben afi January and now afi academic year and now say 50 PSHS and start here 50 PSHS start here and start here supply mackerel me no less no woman chain amebo boni na mackerel
enti 50 by 20 mo sha FSHS na se na ye start say supply
yeah
company be na almost supply
your companies they supply la mesa okay account.
enti anope ya ni deputy ranking apak di nkomo assembly obisa na I think say yes you obisa the same question say sa companies omusi den na munya omo was it a tender kwan ba so ne fa so ye yi omo wabola mensi din usi bebre companies do saying
But well minister what say abeka se kusia ye dey substitute to mackerel one time say yeah they find out then yeah find your company yeah only share matia kabeso that go me me you know it depends how we can come back to that one.
okay uni anu ho anu yesesia mpacho nti apese enya no
Me pacho
okay now but senior see impression is okay ebia ni bisa question be out of the way we nyina account because these are some of the legitimate questions among folks who bisa okay because me so say what lamens be can't information be one set record ni year na kwakwa because ade anu kwakwa is okay January no mo sha ase say lamens ye the contract here but o maye nyanti ase say there be ade kra nya sa na tie fiti bra ye sha ase so I'm sure you know that some of these questions important say bia uyi anu a betumi ama manfo ati asem no asiye na kwakwa say ne ebi mu aka no enu mum na enokre
enti papa ya ode ayi betu dey Africa Education Watch the niche oye two post Friday no de ye anopa no de ye moka nwase betu ga efiri ho no who your friend. Because all your investigations from the Omani and Kata. If you who your friend. As you, sorry, you will be the same. Then, when somebody young system, Kata. Your sister, which are now not there. And on no year, second post. Oh, Facebook.
Mpacho me who second post no anope akenkan but me mbusa questions back since our crowd dia baby because near be no so ba odia be me mbusa in some of the two journal about in the second post now say Buffer Stock Chief Executive Officer friend no sa no atro ho saying or see the following emerge as a mudi nkomo no nsem ni bi epie mu back nie SHS are not buying eggs because funds for buying perishables have still not been transferred by government since school reopened in January. In Pacho, Uchrem saying, no cresse, are buying Emma a sika. Where some of the top perishables in Niania Bia and Chena say no, it is January. Sanity.
More we are some children who so back I bear Bosume now and a teacher union. And the better just said, almost they are buying 30%, and go. And yeah, Cassie. 30% more sooner. As I said, almost school, almost stop, almost your friend of perishable food. It is a no quiet, yeah. And the area, no better reason, yeah. Kusia, almost to Kusia. Now, and your buffer stock, as them, yeah, dear. In your 18 now, advance and supply. Kusia come home. Yeah, no so, you're supplying in a
Enti sasem we no de obi antimi mfa ye bia subo mfa mbo Buffer Stock for nti ase apese nya no pe no wo
me pa cho sa ma chira wo say ye de abansi and supply in the 18 kusianka ho enti the and such and you reduce the time supply kusia so school ni any kusia and then how this subo de be bomi
ba modie no macro ka ho meboa
me pa cho ai
okay
2017 macro ka
na macro no ada na yakra free China
Passion ka pese yan kan free
Ghana
ya macro
me bisa se minim se yenye bi wa ha wo ho
me pa cho dem
okay I see and medas na ye de sia no so rata Emmanuel Atta, Corporate Affairs Manager, Ghana Buffer Stock.
Ghana Muntie, na mansanya son. Adawro Kofiaman homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo neat 100.9 FM.
Na Ghana for so ada na monya makra. Say monya makra ni etimi akra bi wanum sei. O si.
O bisa no asem a wono ebisa wo se enkiyan kramfiri.
Na so ye bi ho anko be krafia. So ye ni bia. So ana wanka ni sa na pese o che.
Da bi ba wo fa kwasi who hear live interview.
Enti
Aha, tamo si ye fre bibi di quorum si o se dey. Say ban kasem kakra, but straight said there was tuma o say enka yan kran free. There be over kwasi. Omo sumu yen enti so omo di ani di enso e ma ye kakra.
O nti free se wanka ni.
There be over kwasi yan kasasa. Yan kasasa. Say ye empeni say wanim sa wo se na wanim sa wo se.
Me assure say ba konsun say bia ubusa nsem ho a ye be ma nsem ho no anu tie bia nsem na mbusa no
ade asem obisa ye ne one asem obisa ye ne ye
we ba bi kura ho no na ubisa ne say sa company no a your friend into our party say onim company friend lamens
wankasa
ba o se woni ayi no enye no ho asem na oba say obekanka or prepare for sa ensembisa no
o se obeka nkusua ho ase wankasa obeka macro ho ase
but over kwesi say esese yehu because wo som yen enti bibia ni a esese wo ma ya yehu say eye sade be ya ebia ne say when hunu wasɛm ka nkɔfoɔ kama wo ebia ne sɛ Clementa Park ɛka wɔn asɛm de ma wɔn mu no because wɔn hu ka nkanya ne sɛ nkɔfoɔ ka wɔn asɛm ma wɔn mu no ɛna wɔwura yi wɔayɛ adeɛ sɛ yɛfrɛ no koraa wɔgye yɛn so but wɔbɛwie ne deɛ wɔkɔ over the bar.
Yɛnto ase yɛnkɔ anim yɛnhwɛ ɛyɛ nsɛm no bi na sɛ yɛyi maka deɛ ɔbɛnkrataa bɛm sɛ miɛnsɛ bi a wɔmo ka
wɔkɔsi asɛm no ɛbom bebree wɔ ha na memfa daily statement deɛ no
right
wɔde aba no wɔtɛ sɛ wɔwura atɔmboadu wɔyɛ general secretary ma MPP amanyɔkuo no wɔkasa yi wɔse asɛm no ayɛ sɛ agoragoragoragoragoragorɔ bata ɛyɛ ademe naa ayi ɛstarte fii Dr. Mohammed Bawumia Alan Kojo Tremantin edi ni die bi ba Boatie Jaako enum nyina ka ho ayi minister ya wa ya agriki wono sokra din ya ba Jogate din ya ba edin no aba bebre nti no mu nim se wa bi a ye kwa anim kakra bata asase ntem a eja no so a but womu so ntakratam yenu ewa MPP amanyoko mu sisi yi eye Alan Kojo Tremantin John ena Dr. Mohammed Bawumia na emu atemienu omu ewo Alantramanten ene omu ewo Dr. Mohammed Bawumia na wononyamfo se temensa bonsu wono kra de wakadada se wonyawra ni mate no a obeye nso obeye amahwan eye Dr. Mohammed Bawumia ama waka ho asem menanum wompo okaka se nyansa nim se MPP amanyoko besa akoyi flag bearer woya akani na wade asɛm no betu dwa no owura Boatie Jaako former minister krampo de ne bufu ye ama ɔma no brede fu ɛwɔ hɔnom ɛnyo ɔno nko ampanimfo bebre no akasa de etia owura Stephen Ayensu ntim ɔno nso kura bɛka sɛ adwobrɛ wo emra party nim na owura Dombuadu tere sɛ de ade no bobɔkɔ no sɛ wɔn anhwɛ ansi ano as quickly as possible eja beto party nim no wɔn ntumi nnum no enti neck eba be meeting aya National Executive Committee na sa meeting no omu ba be kono ebe ye meeting a esopa no omu kwasa meeting ni wie pe omu di nsuo begu sa ajanum na adum
na me fa Ghanaian publisher katafa toso mienu no na ensam na ba begugu ha se ya ahodo mienu we eye Raza Kojopoku ene okasa e kan ya se flag bearer shepa wa MPP mu no se no ele da paso na Raza Kojopoku a wono so oye MPP activist ene o che se 2024 so munim no mkokofa akan ana akani ma ne betu franka ma MPP amanyokuo no a emmoa wo mo okwan bia so ebema wo mani monyam ene se de omanfo pe omasam no ne bibia tetete sa e wo amanyosem no wo bani maguase e wo ho enu ntimo omonya omadwene kra na enu achi ene ode Dr. Kwame Pianim ezumfo gyina to a ene o chese munya isa nonsense no that
nonsense
ai ono za kan ha se yo enti ono kasa wa ha se da ban ena sesi ai na na do danko akufado ye de si akonya so ni afe ene mafiti ase amo ye sei eno so afiri yefa mafiti ase penipa obidi be si na nam enti ono so akasa ene o chese omunya isa de no ye ntam dodo ana na omo ntwen na say ye da ya mbakwa koto aba na mokoto aba de obedi no adi na mo fiti asese we na ya e do how ene beba
na sa flag bearer yi ho asemu a krata fi New Patriotic Party Northern Regional Secretariat na woman de baba to on say Office of the NPP Regional Chairman na asemu a work no say the attention of the Northern Regional Chairman of the NPP Mohammed A. Bantima has been drawn to a plethora of media engagement by activists claiming to be members of the NPP in pursuit of the interest of potential flag bearer aspirant of the party. This ugly phenomenon, if not nipped in the bud, has a tendency of disturbing party peace and cohesion and drawing back on the performance of the government of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. In view of the above, Chairman Samba instructs and expects observance of same as follows. 1. Henceforth, all party people are to respect the directive to suspend all activities related to the conduct of presidential primaries until such a time that the green light is given for people to do so. 2. that all media engagement related to the above should cease forthwith. Failure to adhere to the above will attract disciplinary measures, as the Regional Executive Committee is not ready to allow a chaotic front of the party in the region. Media houses are entreated to seek clarifications on the party issues from official party structures and not to countenance mushrooms groups whose sole aim is to destabilize the front of the NPP in the region. As the Muslim holy month of Ramadan approaches, it is the hope of Chairman Samba that Muslims in the region will commit both the leadership of the party and the government of His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo into the hands of Allah for the peace of mind so needed to steer the affairs of party and government to desired ends. I wish you all the best and hope that we will all be guided by the best interests of the new patriotic party. Thank you. Mohammed A. Bantima Samba, NPP Northern Regional Chairman. Come on, Sofa. Okay. Mame kwa manuso. Me kwa manuso aba na yakwa kodi enkomo wo ye ensemba ku mienu aba beto jan. Me hye se ankomo ebedi broadcast mu Ura Moon Kaila Bawa, head of public relations public utility regulatory commission. So we'll do this particular interview in English. Good morning, Mr. Bawa.
Yeah, hello, good morning, and good morning to your challenge listeners.
And thanks for your time this morning on NEET FM.
Thank you for having me too.
Right, so we're reading that the Public Utility Regulatory Commission is saying that we shouldn't put blame on ECG on the recent power outages. Why do you say so? Who should we blame?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Actually, that particular story, the headline is a bit misleading.
Okay.
We, as a commission, didn't categorically state that ECG should not be blamed. We only took an opportunity to explain the industry value chain, the power sector. And what we said was that in the power sector value chain, there are 3 steps. We have the generation, we have the transmission, and we have the distribution. However, consuming public, the end user, is in direct contact with the ECG, that is the distributor. So anything that happens in the value chain is at the background. So the consumer would not know whether it is even an ECG problem or it is a transmission problem. So we're just trying to echo that anytime there is a power outage, let's be patient and narrow down the problem to where it is coming from. It could be a transmission issue. It could equally be a distribution issue. But to conclude and say ECG, that was just the issue we tried explaining. That is not to say ECG is not to blame in any power outage that goes on. Exactly what we wanted to put across.
Okay. Now, what is the latest update with regards to proposals from the utility companies as to review of tariffs this year?
Yeah, exactly. Like I mentioned, the commission had actually started a major tariff review process. You know, when we announced the 2019 tariffs, we stated that it was for a 2-year period, making 2021 a major tariff review year. So we have started the process. We are currently at the initial stage of the process, that is submission of proposals. We discussed a template that the utilities would use to submit their proposals, and that template has been finalized and given to the utility companies. So now the commission currently is waiting for the proposals to be submitted, then the process can continue from there.
Okay. Now, there's this story that's also making rounds on the various news online portals. Now, we understand that the Electricity Company of Ghana last Thursday organized a public forum, and the people in the Greater KWASI are kicking against any proposal for tariff increment. I don't know if this has come to your attention, PRC.
We actually don't have such information yet. But what I want to put across, I want to use your medium to put across to the general public is that when PURC receives proposals from the utility companies, the commission doesn't just go ahead to make a decision on the face value of the proposals that are submitted.
we go through what we call vigorous stakeholder consultation. After we receive the proposal, by law, the utility companies are supposed to publish the proposals on their website and in the print media as well for the general public to be aware of what they have submitted to the commission. After that is done, we also invite for proposals from the general public, key stakeholders, and industry players. By that time, all these people are aware of what the utilities have submitted. So they either also submit counter proposals or supporting proposals, in their opinion. We don't still stop there as a commission. We do what we call stakeholder consultation across the country, public hearings and all that. That is where we bring the consuming public and then make the utility providers present their proposal. So all these steps has to be exhausted before the commission can finally make a decision based on the data collated. So receiving a proposal doesn't mean tariff adjustment. It has to be subject to the processes before a decision is made.
So we should just calm down and wait for the outcome. Is that what you're suggesting?
That is what I'm urging the general public. Let's be patient, let's hold on. When the process starts, everybody would have the opportunity to be heard during the process.
Well, I'm sure this is probably not sinking in well because there's also the story about Consumer Protection Agency telling you, that's PURC, that your timing for proposed increment in maybe electricity tariffs, even though you've not said that there's going to be increment, the tariff review, they think that this is not the right time, and especially with the current erratic power that we've been experiencing. And they think that that's Consumer Protection Agency think that you should rather be compensating customers because a lot of them have lost their electrical gadget as a result of this erratic power outages we've been experiencing. Instead of you to look into that, you're rather looking to maybe review tariffs and all that.
Yeah, the commission sees to the interest of both parties, that is the utility provider and the consumer as well. As much as we care for the interest of the utility provider, we care for the interest of the consuming public. Like I was saying, the major tariff review for this year was not ad hoc, was not based on the recent happenings. Why? Because the current tariff that we are paying will be expiring this year. Because we stated that in 2019, it was for a 2-year period. So 2021 being a major tariff review, it's a predetermined issues far as back 2019. So when we come up and we are reviewing tariffs, it does not also necessarily mean that a major tariff review will lead to an increment in tariff. Because there are situations that the commission reviews tariffs and lead to a decrease in tariff. So it depends on what the parameters are pointing at that would inform the decision of the commission at the end of the day. So let's still keep calm, wait for the commission to go through the processes with you, the media, and the industry players, so that we will equally inform the general public that what the processes are and then why the final decision is made. And when we ends up making a decision, we also equally issue a paper that we call a decision paper. And that decision paper takes the reason for a decision that the PURC has made. So it's just patient and it's just a matter of time. We go through the processes and everybody will see transparently what the commission goes through.
Now, I know that anytime we make a mistake and probably said, okay, fine, there's going to be a tariff increment, you quickly will come in and will just correct us that, a tariff review does not necessarily mean that the prices or maybe fine, the tariffs are going to go up and all that.
Exactly.
But I'm sure you can't blame us too much because what we hear, all that we hear from these utility companies are that they're sending in proposal for increase or an increment of their tariffs and all that. So can you blame us when we think that this whole review regime is going to be maybe an increment?
Since the inception of the commission, usually when it's time for major tariff review, as business entities as they are, I mean the utility companies, have never submitted proposals for a tariff decrease. Always when a proposal is to be submitted by the utility company, they will always submit for an increase in tariff. It's now left with the PURs going through the processes and coming up with the reality, the benchmarks, and then the data that are supposed to be inputted in the process, then we'll come up with a decision. So you realize that sometimes the utility companies even ask for review upward, and the commission ends up reviewing tariffs downward. So until the processes are exhausted, nobody can say how it's going to end.
But don't you think sometimes it also works better if you let me know that, look, the medicine I'm going to give you is a little bitter, but if you tell me that, well, the medicine is okay, it's not bitter and all that, and at the end of the day I take it and it's bitter, I'm going to be angry at you, because at least if you have forewarned me that what I'm going to take is going to be not pleasant, I will prepare myself for that.
Thank you. But do you also agree that when you visit the doctor for that medicine, you don't just appear in front of the doctor and he gives you medicine? You don't do that. You have to explain to him, and he has to diagnose you. He has to probe further, even to some extent. He has to go through lab tests and all that before a final medication is prescribed. And if a doctor has not gone through consultation, has not gone through any lab test, has not gone through any vigorous discussion with the patient, how do you expect that a doctor will be able to determine the final medicine that he will give you, whether it's going to be bitter or sweet? We're still going through the consultation processes. We're still going through the lab test and the whatever to finalize a point so that we'll know that the data that we have collated, subjecting it to these vigorous steps, gives us these results. That is where you and I can now start talking about the final decision that is going to be made by the commission. But until then, the doctor doesn't just give you medicine because you have come to hospital.
Well, fingers crossed. I'm sure we'll wait patiently for the outcome and we'll see how it turns out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed for your time this morning. Mukaila Bawa speaks for the Public Utility Regulatory Commission, PURC, an opinion in a din komo kabna boami nan komo e wacheche mu diamae.
Abusuafo kwasi ni bawa nkomodie no enie. Kwasi dinka ti anu bisa ne se ndie bi nenam mframemu akyerɛ sɛ wose sɛ dumso no ɛba so a ma yɛ mfa soboɔ no mmɔ ECG enti kwasi anu ansi kura no obem no ɔse ayɛte sɛ wɔn kyia amasɛm no kakraa bi na kakra me pesa metene no ɛne ne sɛ ayi light no ankasa no ansa na mubenya no ɛfa mmea mmiɛnsa wɔn ya ho adwuma wɔn a ɛteba ɛne wɔn nso ɛtɛma amansan enya bi distributors no enti eni kwan sɛ dumso ɔkɔ so pɛ na yɛde soboɔ no nyinaa akɔbɔ afa baako wɔ abra nkora bata ne yɛ mmiɛnsa but enya dum ya pɛ na obi akɔta kri ECG na obi akɔta kri ECG ɛhɔ nom asɛm na no wɔka sɛ eni kwan sɛ yɛdi yɛni hwɛ ECG nko a yansa enkurabata mmiɛnsa no nyinaa ansa na yɛde soboɔ ɛde abɔ ɛna kwasi bisa ne sɛ so far update ɛte sɛn yɛba abɛto nkanea buo mu anaasɛ yɛba abɛte so ɛna wɔbaa mu no wɔsi wo kwasi wei no mfie mmienu ɛne yɛyɛ sɛ 2 years bia ne yɛatom 2 years bia ne yɛatom enti afei na yegusu adi proposals different wonum ntan anya wonum kwa womu ma ye nsuo ni ade nyina yegusu different wonum ntan de friend proposals no enti womu de ba sa yantum anaso womu nte so no afa ne yegusu a ye di nyina nti etire womu eba ne yesemu awia ye be ma Ghana fo aso ate ena kwesi se kuma ase kura de ye nya ne nte se Omu kura de omu pem so omu bete se yase ye ba beto anyina mu kane abom ene enka kura mu abayere pa ena ono nso bam no wase kwasi ase ye betumu anase yantumu no tumi no eni ye ne ankasa yansam na mom aye proposals aye mra emra no na se ne kete se omu na mfa proposals mra se de ye pese anyina mu kane abo mo de die nie eno nyasa mo de bakeke o mo besan e de atrato mo ankasa mo internet so na da ubaka ta wodo no so ma mo apobrese amu amansa nyina ehunu se de mo pese mo ye ni proposals ya mo de eba ye nie se obi nso wo bibi editia mo a nipa kro nso betumi de ne de aba na ya tase ni nyina nsana ya the final decision no e de aba ntinya se when mo de proposal ba ya pe ne ya tum ena kwesi ka se anti ya ma ya kuma ento ye yem wa ho ena o se ai obi ama na kuma ento ne yem for now because enya ade a wo mu asi agina ye bi anti mo ma mo yem hyehyem a ya te se mo pressure no na ekosoro enti munya abotre ena kwesi ka se he Consumer Protection Agency for krampo de wo mu nso kra de wo mu de aba wo mu ka se sabre pa se ye ba beto light boom and the ends nemom enkasa se wo mu kra pe compensation bi de ma esansan kofo nioma se pa ana papa yi bam no tese kwasi se ye kasi ye ka no ho asem a anya ye ne nko aye interest ne ya show ase ye hye afanu ni nyina na ye tase no sabese pa ne nkoni na aban ya ne de PURC de ye wa ha ye ne se me de aba when so de ne de aba na wo matena se no wo matase mu na wo ma hunu so okay asumasi wo de eto asum obente wo de eto asum enti wo mu sise gina ya no ansa na ye beka so okay ya mamu akwanya muntum anase ya mamu akwanya monte so enti saa na etie ena kwasi bam no wate se tariffs review wi de bia ba asam kro no ya tum enti yante se afie di abaya te so da ena papa no ba wa ba mu no se kwasi yimfie bebre nie sande ndie entensi se ya si ya ba ya tip light bill so da bi soro no ana ya tai akosa de enim no ena kwasi bisa se ka tira me ye ene se eduro no amode maye no anyu a monka ntra ya preko ane ye hu se duro na anyu na mbomu beka so wo de afa ne nkakra nya sa na tie na ode betu anum na anyu a ene wono nso bem no tese kwasi sa na tie sa wo kwa doctor ni hu a obe examine wa fi wa hwe wani ase ansa na oyade aye ho no wa ma hu aduro anya sa wo kwa ye onhwe wo hunu bibia wo ho eno ane so wase da bi ko na kwaji aduro num anya sa na ye no eseso examine no hwehwe mu ahu ni se yade aye wo na duro nie ansa na wode aduro na kan akwasi sa opani yam fancy na yam hwe de nsunsu ande bode hunu bekọ akoto ene wono so se ya yanso ya da ase se bibia ni a se de ekoso di nkita ho no ya bekoso na ya ye no sa
Mina sikora meba na echi wache mo ya krata fi MPP Northern Region by na wa mechifu hu bra mekinkan but ma memfa ye comment ni bi enso aba mfentwem ano pe kinkan bi yawedu and silver corner matter because I agree with you Kwesi. The head of state award house is needless. This money can even help to do the dual carriage of Accra Kumasi Road that yadu this can the end soon. The Kumasi Accra final dear obwa dual carriage in there. No and corner Accra. Sile Osunyani KTK or say His Excellency Nana Addo's government is working hard to lift Ghana out of COVID-19 and its related economic challenges. Great leadership has proven in time of crisis, and President Akufo-Addo has made the good mark of leadership, or a good mark of leadership. That's Sule and Odia no fi Sunyani Adebaye. Now what you me Ghana for me, sure said Montie, you can watch them, and it's that's what they dakura yampuano and nam in a guonum say bim na enami sorry, Mufanchemi na omewu. And pain for the two just or more yen shishimu. na enra krata 11th April efi Department of Marine and Fisheries Sciences, University of Ghana, Ababetodja. Na nhwehwɛmu no sɛn ɛna ɛkɔɛ Professor Francis K.E. Nunu, head of Marine and Fisheries Department, University of Ghana. Yɛne prof ni nkɔmmɔ kakra. Ɛnam yɛ ɛdɔ sɔde yɛ anoma babɛgu yɛn mpoano yi no. Ɛdeɛ bɛn paa na eku wɔn mo. Sɛn ɛna nhwehwɛmu no ɛteɛ. Prof yɛda ase mu akɔ ababa ni TFM so.
Yo, me just na me chill ya.
Prof, yehu krata bi a mode apie saa fish kills yi ɛnam a ɛda so de a no mugu yɛn po ano mo wi. Nti boy nhwehwɛm na wie wa hu.
Mpacho ye ye but na ye so say we say on mind for no omo ti bi kakra abra ye ko na ye hwehwɛ nneɛma.
Okay, enti so far no nhwehwɛmu no akwa akosi sɛn paa deɛ na monya deɛ na mo pɛse yɛte no.
Ni epese ni say punu sene ehia na eyu kofom kakra eyu kudu bebi a ema punu asi nsu a mframanim kakra eba so na enu na bia nam a ekuchia asanso ni omu ewuwu ye bai na yehu say punu so chemical kakra bi wom nti enu so bitnya contribute nkai ne de yegusu ye respect but nya yehu ni nneoma mienu ni a ema from so table nti na amata de we na aba say pese amount ti say yegusu ye hwem na ba mi se bibi we chesa be count.
Me tie we akwesa de na emekesine ne kakra o. Minim se bia mu wie nhwehwɛmu ni ntia na abane a wo ma ya ti sisi e de. Obati ebi se okay stress, emframa, chemicals. Nti te sa ati se eniama bebre na contribute man ye sisi wo ho.
Nneoma na contribute no nneoma no etuatuam ye ka say stress a ti say bibi say ahokyere ana or how be na aba nam no so how no bibi na ebe come to say ye ka say stress ana or how no related to inflammation na inflammation no so temperature e ka ho say so no ko too much so e wa say a eno ata ho a bia e bon ana inflammation etumi back from intenu na bia ba so ne ko shia sa nam ni na ma omo a ewu sa no then nyom nya na shia o kakra bi na shia o na na e ba sa nti ye pa chen se staff factors aye ken na etuatuam se nso no ye nwura e ma oxygen esa se ye shia e we the chemicals by ma oxygen esa nya etuatuam pa okay lead to stress na ye kan
okay ye mu bi wo hono ma saa de we akwa ti se ye nhye da hu ni sein da se hantan si se number bre se ne beda so omu nyina ewuo mu aba be gumpo ano ene ne keka ho dia na musu se my one my but dia na ekoso okay nsuo no se bia ne hye ne nwunu BBC ewiase na sesan ze climatic change dia pa antinama ana bibia
na wakan it's part of climatic change part of climate change we mun sesan no over a long period no eno na cause sesan no na so man e was say the man hu so na ye di BBC ho a you bet me a predict na you bet me say background for you me aye bibia e be boy hu ba
they say dolphins no wo mo be pie wo axim no ebi kire se o sa na mo edie Ghana ye sure si ye insuo na we ha ye mpo anu ye nheda ni sadie bi wanti we na bi kure su okay ebi num na o ma wu be bi na o ma be tuo magu ye nsuo no mu ati sen pa
and sister dolphins they will be brave ye nsuo no they will be brave ye nsuo ye won say dolphins they migrate omo ntina fa omo koba na ade ba ye nsuo no e de ma o aduane wa nti omo ba ye nsuo no nti ye dolphins different types e won nsuo no nti ebetumi eti nti omo wo ye nsuo no na Someone to sign on the idea it's a how mutumi a bathroom.
Obi a woti anope na obeka se scientist kro ma chedodo ade dada mom ye hu ade potin pie ku omo de anu yi na ade be ma no.
And you can say you need resources. Bebrebia, the who can the man Cascana one say to me, I can be. Now can be to me, say my research vessel, my remote sensing facilities near there. If it's me, and who can be in? Yes, say, Sabine to me, first, who can or the man a scientist near there. And can be my pepe, my abogana, my own by. We see in a say, Ruboni Biana Bibia. And can you be brave? Empire says, I didn't see it is on my the offer. I'll say,
Asema babe bu si ahwe obi beka se we no omo e bi akwakodi om se be show mu kutu point to encourage them say bia they'll keep it in their account but still I say me busa and say minim se mo hwehwe mu na mo ye no ababe dedi ana se eno nka ho se ka ho se womo a womo adi bi omo a womo kra bi akodi om nsem omo a unknowingly e bi kra no onim obi aton bi ama no omu dia na be yomo
to see there by now Coco DB the beam cry Babonti can so maybe that you are between two. Nti yemfa ne say ade no ebia enye poison sa nti obi ebia tie nto eno ani say yenye careful say ebia yenye careful me can say me yen so wunim say ebia ndi na ye careful keke eno anu
sani akade enhyeda noso makade noso mimusa se dabe na Ghana for hwe nim se bia ye hwehwemu yi mo amoye sure se okay ya mama bosome mienu dia bo betime hwie tan hwehwemu yi
oh ye gusu hwehwe ehu akade na ade ntimi nhye wo mmere ntimi nhye wo mmere ba ye be koso atwem.
Okay, all right, prof you better ask nyame come home. All right,
thank you.
Professor Francis K. Inunu, head of Department of Marine and Fisheries Sciences, University of Ghana, Legon. You see, you see, Acadian, you want to say, see head of state dying. Sentinam, Bedianum say now over there, we are. Oh, we not saying you be bear one.
Chessy, near candy.
William Namkai was a papa. Was it Omunia Cadia and you and Cran Jimno Moyano Crown, what him said. I star. They don't have the resources to do.
Stress in the cool poison. Papa can or damn say. Quabna, I no crack a pronouncing from a ball. I'm saying, what damn a poor sim from a bo or sick easy.
Well, say be on no alcohol. We say me them wait to now Ginich. Be an any pan alcohol than him say.
Now me cry there, census ya ye be. Sikaya de bay yes, or damn is canny say.
Census in Sicano. No, I order.
Sikano something million Ghana cedis. Ani ya de bekan ye keke.
Young fan kan ye keke. See huni padodo na ye huni padodo amu mine mu a. Men kan yan kan ye. Ayo mo projection. Then kan ye. Ghana the last time amu kan nipa wo kra wo ti han wo kai the last time kan nipa Ghana. Amu kan nipa no. Just projections. No ya no mo ye. Omu di omani ekin kan no mo susu okay wa. Ye free set population no. Nipa no munyi ebi afibia say no beka ho but if na
sika no wo fan kreti aduma momo apna kwan
na ne omo ye na nya adwuma no bia no omo bekan nipa no say no so menya adwuma ye ana onim sa nipa kan no say be bua ma at the end of the day mo hu nipa dodo e wo man mu na ye planning na so say economic planning so kan ade no ho oti ho say onim bia onim madodo na onim madodo a Inti ukwa akoto mo kura nim so okay. Me ma eye sei. Me mebusuam ye sei. Enti me to emo e bia bag baako a. Ebetimi ndi akwa akopem be eboso me boa. Enti can you imagine say kwabena nka unim nipa dodo na. Enka obede.
Kan ye wi a. Mo mbe ma ye de.
Omo ma hwe but the thing is say unim a na me kire on say nipa dodo ne ehu wo man ni mu a eno boaye ma ye plania ye susu niama because oni nipa dodo a
se mo hu yen a mo be ye ya kwan a na mo ma ye nsuo ana se electricity ebegina so akwan na ase no mo be ye
nti u kan ba electricity no unim se ti se unim crampo se bia population no say no munyi fa nipa dodo say eno crampo no ehifa pa na bia ofa o man na nipa no say bia wo munyi ntentente me fa wo mo wo ntentente pa enti hu sa ne ma ni nyina jana me nkyira na wo kura na wo su nim na me kyira dia
wo ntam ni wo mu anyini ntam wo de be ye dai
Onye na je so be so ti asi o na a je no ye
me nkyire mu
baba kwesi wo de atire me
me nkyire mu
baba kwesi am
wo de fa ne na mo za me nkyira wa de mu ana o ze na sam
na wo ye
na me nkyira na wo ye
baba kwesi me tie ba na ya me se nipa ewu a wo se hwe ne se
we nye nipa ewu a hwe ne se asem se uhu enam na me ma mfato se oti o kabna kanu imagine se unim nipa dodo e bia omo ofia se wo to niam bia wo plane even cramp no wo budget ya nka wa ho ba chuba because unim nipa dodo e wo ofie no e kan obusuafo bia hu kafo bia wo nkoda enti unim so okay me to ade we sin a betimi dia akopem sen enti usika kra no udi a unim so because me onipa dodo say no sika no say me susu di because me hwe nipa dodo say saa no man no so saa no yehu nipa dodo mo man ni mu a eno boa with planning enti ye bibia and not just because ye kan ye say ye kan ne saa kekeko di obetimi ehu bia emma dodo sen enti bia bibia say ma kra hia no ye de bia ye saa de na mama ebehu empanifo dodo sen intie bia bon se we betimi ye be kan because we engineer ade na betimi collect ni na proper because ye ni here tie be so okay Ghana penifo wo mu pa na mabunu ana nkoda sa ne ma ni nyina timi boa with planning your economy and your mind no but se wonnim nipa dodo na no so ana ntina me do fie ade ye mfato ho no but the why say nya ade abeti ase enti
ofa kwesi ma ti ase o ba na me bisa se into after that no dean
I don't never boy with the planning no
okay
yeah
obakwesi memfa
enti unya ya nka me nkan wo hu
obakwesi mehwe sika no a wo sika no a ye de yesa kan no awie a ye si ye kan ye wie a ye wie
ye wie
eno na me dwene ho se wohwe sika pa yeta ya de be kan yesa nti ye kan ye wie a ne ye wie ne ye de akoto Ghana for mu yese ya bebo ya mane ema yese mema yese
until with the planning na me chechi omni nya no wonti ase
awo fa kwasi ba still adanu a mu kan ye nwie ye no akwan na enega
me say yen kan Ghana the last time I kan Ghana no Fabra me sure say wouldnim sa yen kan Ghana yen census
say ya be some time ago
and I may say yeah so many years ago.
And how many years?
The correct way now, because I'm saying about Brube.
2010.
So
10 years. 11 years ago. Yeah.
And 10 years ago, no.
Dinipani bi abe.
And I may just say, so one can ye ria. And one can ye ria. Na ayed the
my church, mean church, you.
Yo, Abakwesi wo kan Northern Regional Secretariat.
Yeah, omokrata no
krata wo mu de apie no. Abusuafo de kwasi kan ye no nie. Northern Regional Chairman ma MPP Mohammed Bantima ɛna wɔde krataa pia abɔnten wɔte sɛ wɔn ahunu social media encounter bi a ɛkɔ so MPP amanyokom ɛwɔ etifi mantemu ɛba no nipa a wɔbɛyɛ flag bearer ama party no a na wɔn ahunu sɛ saa mentimi ho ase a ɛkɔ so yi ebetumi ama aban no titiri His Excellency na Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo na memuo no ɛbɛyɛ deɛ wɔ hɔ kakra because anhwɛ ɔbɛnya divided attention ɛdeɛ na ɛkɔ so yi enti wɔno na gyini mu sɛ chairman samba no ɛna ɔde saa instruction yi ɛba deɛ di kan efiri na de kɔ party men nyinaa obi anyae sɛ ɔbɛkɔ abɔnten so ɛbɛkɔ akɔka presidential primaries ho asɛm wɔ abra party no ɛma green light afei ansamkyerɛfoɔ mo nso munyae sɛ mo ne saa nkɔɔfoɔ no ebedi saa nkɔmɔ no esan sɛ ɛbrɛ nya nso yɛ obi biara a obebu saa nhyehyɛ yi so anaasɛ ɔmfa saa mmerɛ yi anya adwuma no wɔn de disciplinary measures a ɛwɔ regional executive committee wɔn nhyehyɛ mu no wɔn de bedi saa nipa korɔ no afei media houses no nso wɔn srɛ mo sɛ mo pa asɛmbisa bi a party structures no wɔ hɔ mo nkɔ hɔ no mo nkɔ bisa mo mfrɛfrɛ nkɔɔfoɔ wɔ radio so na wɔn nyɛ takra wɔ gyam saa abere yi mo srɛmsefoɔ ɛyɛ Ramadan na wɔn hwɛ sɛ wɔn chairman ɛne ne dɔm ɛbɛfa saa akɔnya yi so abɔ mpaeɛ de ama aban no ɛne mampanin Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo sɛ n'akoma so adeɛ no Awurade ma no mmerɛm ɔfa saa akɔnya yi so awɔsi mu nyinaa all the best afei obiara ɛmfa nhyɛ ne tirim sɛ MPP amanyɔkuo ɛna ɛni kan ɛwɔ bibi a wɔn bɛyɛ mu wɔdam ase bebree Mohammed Bantima Samba MPP Northern Regional Chairman Development in Freedom.
Okay. Akusi amu ye de abonkrata no mami anope.
Yo me di wi ana me wie e Ghanaian publisher da obokrata mu. E no de soafo a wo behwe nsase ne oba de no mo de adom yen. Eye onumunyamfo Samuel gina pomfo nyina to a. E no che sei emra bi e wo ho na emra no e ba beso nananom ahemfo mu. Asase da ho a enya asase bia na obetimi akono akoton no upem se asase ne ye de na do se subo. Nananom no bi eno oche se wo maye ama manso eye aban asase kra wo mutimi ekono makoton eno na owura Kwame Jana wo ye senior lecturer e University of Ghana School of Law wa chire mu se nananom entimi mfiri wonu pempre ko pe enko emma wo ntwitwa asase ntonton sa entimra bi wo ho a e ba section 9 a no eye nsachira ya wo ye eno emma aban no tumi emma nsase ne bi wo ho a nana wontimi mfa wo pe enko nkoton ne sa emma ne nye yie nsase ne bi wo ho a ye twa de ato wo e de ama aban ene nneoma bi atete sa enne the Ghanaian publisher the obokrata e de aba
na Ghanaian Times secretary fa toso etunwote asam no nso wanim wo ene wota sempanimfo ne tu anamon ekosresra sa mmea yi Mami Sisiria Abnadapa aye Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources. Enu wano nkwa na koye oni Greater Accra Regional Minister wononyamfo Henry Kote aban krati mpanimfo ka ho Dr. Joseph Sewe Japan awaye panimpa o that Jospon Groups of Companies ya no. Ana womu kwakosra akpon landfill site ya ewo Greater Accra Regional na bra womu koye no ena mesesi siri abrada pa etra se eduma no a wobehu ye no ne hu antiri no pa na mampani na Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo sa Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources no wante no kwa na ni so ade hunu ni se wobema enkran ne Ghana miamia wodo no emu ate wanse na bra wokɔhwɛ adwumadi no na nani agye pa hwɛ landfill site ya develop no kama ana wabo contract yaba so Zoom Lion Ghana Limited ɛna consultant ɔka ho EAP Consultant Limited wɔse wɔn ayɛ adeɛ paa wɔ adwuma so na wɔn ayɛ na wɔbɛsrɛ abankrate mpanimfoɔ titiriw tɛma ɛna apɔn sɛ wɔn nta nsrɛsrɛ hɔnom ɛnhwɛ sɛdeɛ dwumadie no si ɛkɔ ɛno akyi na Greater Accra Regional Minister wɔnonyanfoɔ Henry Kote ɛnso adescribe project no sɛ ɛyɛ project a ɛso paa mpa wɔbɛhu yɛ ne ho adwiri no nti wɔn nso fa akɔnya yi so na wɔabɔ Zoom Lion Ghana Limited foɔ aba so wɔn ayɛ adeɛ paa ɛwɔ adwuma so na wɔn adi ho ɛno akyi no executive chairman man Jospon Groups of Companies a wɔyɛ chief executive officer ɛma Zoom Lion Ghana Limited Dr. Joseph Siawa Japan ɛnso kyerɛkyerɛ mu no wɔte sɛ hwɛ papa so ɔpa nwoma so ɔnya n'anum da ne yie mu a sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ Ghana ɛteɛ ɛne sɛ mampanin Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ɛna wɔka kyerɛ wɔn mu sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ nkran ɛte paa na ɛba bɔɔla yɛbɛtumi akorakora ne yie nti wɔde hyɛ ne nsa ɛna ɔno nso yɛ sɛ no ɔngu mampanin anim ase wɔbɛyɛ adwuma ma mampanin ani agye ɛno ne deɛ wɔn kɔhu yɛ yi wɔmfa nso ha wɔbɛyɛ bi ɛwɔ mmeammea ahodoɔ bebree sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a efi ase ebetumi etu ɛwɔ Ghana ha ɔbakwasi ne n'abɛgyafoɔ ɛba abɛtoa dwumadie no so ama mo kama ɔbakwasi.
Grazie Corona mi shop papa no pe kwabna mafo en akosia sapon makinkan de bon krata no dia man na adwinche bi wo hanam say me baba kinkan kakra na nana kwadwo eje ye boa nana K of the NPP watanse Richard Manoribe of the NDC hwe nim say ono so baba kan sa na yedi enkomo OPK ogoso or say Nanado and the NPP are on course with their good governance for the NDC to stay in a position forever. That's one here from OPK. Kwesi, who cares about award scheme board? For we the concerned citizens, this is a useless project. NPP is gradually heading to opposition because they are not ready to listen to we the voters. You can't pay contractors. PSHS is in shambles and all the signs showing financially you are distressed, but spending on this unprofitable project. Kweju Edu Pako, president of Concerned Patriot of Facebook, Achimesio, Nodi Anobai. Teacher Kujo Chubodam Adentase says, Ghanaians, the president Akufo-Addo is a leader with clarity of vision and determination to succeed. So Nana will surely take our country, Ghana, to the promised land, not like incompetent Mama who failed our country, Ghana. That's teacher Kujo. Al-Hassan Sisi, Zenu Central. He says, good morning to everyone in the studio. We see the traffic situation at Atadeka through Zenu, Lebanon, Ashaman is very worrying and annoying. The traffic normally starts as early as 5 a.m. The government should give us the timetable for doing so and stop the lamentation. So you're talking about the traffic situation. All of a sudden, you just jump into. Al-Hassan, she said, no. The immigration should give us a break. Go to Aflao through the borders. Though the borders have been closed, they themselves allow people to cross their border. Yauza from Swami says, it saddens me as you know how, or as how people of today think that there's nothing wrong with corruption. But the only thing to do is to avoid being arrested. Almost everyone in his or her small corner wants to play smart to enrich themselves. That's Yehuza with that one. If a man practices homosexuality, having sex with another man as with a woman, but men have committed a despicable act, they must both be put to death for the guilty of a capital offense. Leviticus 20:13. We see, okay, all right, that's a Shaker from Achim Osinase. All right, yeah, that's a Shaker. Let me show. With who dear? I am surprised. Why is it that as at now the entire NDC members have not petitioned President Akufo-Addo to also start probe as to who and what killed the former President John Atamios Boating, Denmark? Yasemo. Watching.
Ghana Montie.
Ghana Muntie. Na mansanya so. Adawro Kofiaman Homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo neat 100.9 FM.
Akwaba. Bibi abako there.
Nyame adom aso yeso.
Weekend niko ye.
Nyame adom. Adam fu me yonko brebo bi frɛ me sɛ nyame de afe ba akwa ka ne fie ho. Eja memra ne fie na me mehwe nkwanti eja ye ko ayi. Oba ya fie ko no nkwan kakra. Yonko fata wo fa ase.
I see.
And no si nyame de afe ba akwa ka ne fie. Nti no ane enije ba weekends ne empire boy ko boy enra Sunday. Eja Saturday training dey say kwasi nyina ekọ training na eja.
Yes, training na mo ye wi na wasa trans na ma report na ma rebia. Men ka say wo. People say generally.
Yes, watching because baby I no ko ni enu bie.
Make am nyam no na ko no. I'm just saying no be no can say Ghana for ni weekend exercise no. Omo kokko ya mo ye wi omo so omo ko burn calories. Omo wi na ma san trans no ma rebia gusu.
Kwasi only problem en for.
Have you?
Ono a wontimi nye bi nti oso ka nsem bi fa mo ye bi ni de ho kwasi mame nka no krenche
teacher na ka no nya no kra wo ho
exercise is good se wontimi nye bi a bo ho modern se obetimi abi
na ho na ka che oso mo nye
obi en se obi a kwasi me ko tennis me ball tennis obi en se ose by force konum bi obi en se ose by force ko repok. It's about you the individual se o pese wo wi a Uhi aso be ko tennis court to answer no akọ. You betimi ahwe wo fi. Oh, enti de ope no ope. De wompe. E attitude enti kwasi de amanfo kan de me de menyintum. Wo pese wo bere obi e, wo bere opoka. Wan ko training kura betimi akoto bi e no betimi akoto pok na re. Me tu a me nu bi a me pok de kwasi. E to da me nso me pok ni bi. But bi e de minim bi e no. E no kire se je obi okoba o ye training bi a Saturday bi a ekonum bi ekọ repok ye ni nkofo bebre ani omobo tennis a pok oni pok. What about the Muslims ani omo exercise enti ewo ho ye won group bi on omo de day on ba wi omo nsan wi omo ba yi edi omo nuane ebi nso on ma exercise ni hia no ye wi exercise na ye oba bi ko de afa ye racket ni ene ma na ekọ omo nso omo fi say ye de na ye holiday o se agi ani na je omo nso de fanfare na to Sunday Item 13 de kwasinya exercise a pitch nkwa na woso. Aso de mu na se ekọ na ya so yi ya to da. Obi tim di ni birthday na item 13 na pm aso de mu. So it's up to you the individual and they wo pe e na wo ye. Se wo mpa obi em for so say by force. Konum bi e ko report. Kwasi tu a wonu mu bi yi. Ko ye training a wo pe ball pa ya am for so say num bi e.
Mate.
Na oda mi tu e so
Mate na wa fa de personal dodo.
Ope bi o da se oda mi pe bi a Odu won fa won so be go trade be no bi.
Nana ke me da se no afa di person do.
The work of Fiaman Homene so ejiji tonton sansan ewo neat 100.9 FM.
Utie oha echi ponkno. Neat FM.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you glow. Anytime, anywhere. Natural mineral water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
What? But dear Bequandi did not Bequandi, in fact, and dear Ditchum. I do can cry. A bush of 40 be their bear for a crassa by Pabacano cracker.
Debut. ho bi e wo fie ha.
What? Fi say na be kwan wo hwe ni ne se ne ne den ne se ne chirhwam site no a. Ete se kurase abe no a wo besra no wata de be no bi.
Oh, ene na de wati. Neat palm nut extract na me de abo abenkwan sa.
Neat palm nut extract.
Ane abefefe de dirty apa wo kan wasemi. Eno bi na neat foods o ma chia gu chansi mu. Enti se dia me nsa bra kra wa benwo. Na fe na me ko sai bra ko no abe wo gya so enko wo nko chi me fe ne nwa ho. Ena me de ya benkwan ani stew.
Oh, na say neat foods e de abekwan abade a ena no ato manfo bre so.
E bread o matibi so pa fi say abenkwan we ne ye gi adaje. Enti se wonya neat palm nut extract a umre kra. E say ababri so ena ode aye. Na nam kitua bi mpo a wo benu nkwan atafre wo nsa. Neat palm extract anase neat abenkwan. Nya e de ne say emu ohwam te say abenkwan ye nim dadaada no a. Ana so bie so nya dio. Wodo sa so mu wa hu na wa bie so wo mre kra.
Neat palm nut extract. Oh, come on. Na uni bibi. What dear sound come we pad? I wouldn't need palm be a bear back on the slow midi dear. Will be able to pumwa. Who's me? Oh, what's so? May I am part of this?
Yo, and your mom for Mupe Bian will be uncle supermarket. Any jump
FDA, I just said, Jadian Crab to more to say a ye.
Ejaba boni di adwa ma wubi eti ya menu afa hin na mahwie fufuo ti ase dada menya wofo yi papa so be fie ni anwie fufuo ya asam aba na so oben wadi fufuo edi mpreni ne mpresa da ko be ye de ni ahwie fufuo a akode wo nwane
adwa mo adwuma se me ne fie adwuma di mini fufuo kakra ba o madie no ene wato me twama da pasa aso wo kan na matene nyira
wati ate na make am mebo a
ebo de odi komum na se sia de obra to otwa fufuo ai wo wadwom pam na wo ma siu na wo timu aba na wo sadade na wo temfra kwade ne nyina tuatwa make say ya need food sadaroma wo bia mani ye pa ya wa yam body fufuo ne mankani fufuo a wa ne powder wo de gu da kam kama ya yefra no need fufuo a
enya no bi na masori ba ntilizi kama me di ye yo
se bia
ma me hwe oh e bia need fufuo eye kama say body fufuo ne mankan fufuo papa bi na wo ka say twan eposim na ede na me se wo ka so ento simanu mpɛ no wa wie wo hwie wo kwa papa bi aguso
be chese de ama mani kura agisa need fufuo a ho ama me ko to bi kura ba ne say se de Ghana fo tipom fufuo no eno an wo ye no enti se wo hwa fufuo won pam wo dom ne we no a wo ho susuna bia wom wo nso de body ne mankan fufuo papa bi
ejanie eni afi na fufuo na afi na wo bedi pa ne se de wo bedi ne se ne wo fa mojaduro ana pawia ne anadwo a wo koda
need fufuo supermarket bia mu need fufuo e wo fi a eni gye nko a
FDA ahwehwe se Jadian Crab to more to say a ye.
Efiura me mochi o Fiura.
Yes on.
Machi o Efiura. Efiura me chia wonye so.
Hey, Ewura, enforce ma msu. What? E ba force se chia me. Mo yem no.
Won so pepe.
Hey,
oh, wa fi, we dia me pesa ni Fiura bekon. Fiura we dia ye kwa sori abo.
Ewura de. Mo kwa sori.
Ye pompa ye.
Ewura de ka soro ho a. What? E be se wo ba hwa wa kraba kumpo wunya. Onipa da sane timi koto this way chocolate drink. No na yire ne ma edi nsuo hie twabia nom anopa. No wi a wasade bia hye fridge mu. Wo mako school pon a wasan ba be yi anom. Enu mpore se ne nka ne twaso mu pa ende ye rekore. Na fie wura beti ha. Anopa dio, ewia dio, enumre dia mo no makoda o. Mo mame. Na mu wi a ma soro akotra so ndem se ye kosum ya.
Mesi na dia ya late nso me yanke kabinche Efiura ye wi a yakosere bo pate. Ke Efiura wuti fia se light bi no water bi oba huntua bi. Wo boa se sika na fa koto this way chocolate drink na ba nom.
Na hwe me catch you play nya play fa. Say this way chocolate drink no. Metumi ato bi pa na so na me de so mo ahwe wate. E de me hia ne nsuohie. Na nsuohie so me ntoi. Se me bufu a betumi ato bag mu a wate.
Yeah, Fiura we nkwa de ma abunfu.
E koto mi hwe. Efiura fi de ya bro ma abunfu bi.
Munyam sumponie. Munyam sumponie. Na mo ba ya trimodefo.
FDA ahwehwe se Jadian Crab to more to say a ye.
Utie oha extra ponkno. Needs FM.
Ghana Montie. Oh, there's some babo. Kasia bo. Go wakata monsa. Amaya sa. Kasia waje. Onye yimu. No cretrodo. Kawadine men kamadine bo. Nita fe. Muma yentie. Kasia waje 100.9.
Yanko yenim na mpenifo mienu atena ase anope ba be che ma dwen won sema hodo ewo dwumedie so Nana K of the MPP and Richard Manoribi of the NDC mpenifo atena ase. Richard Akwaba.
Ejoso.
Biabako there. Okay, so yan shasi me shasi if you so na. And then person be train bibia.
Bravo say.
Yankan go.
Me for afidi kese nchi wa tiefo na hwafo.
Tiefo Joso.
Na me chia nkwanta safo enemy nua Nana K. Na bravo say. Mampeni John Dramani mama se me nchia o. Na ho ye pa. Na bravo say. There's an issue of Kruma I say yanka. I think say me try.
Na me issue be. Mama kama asem ne yan.
Mama gonna tell. I feel that there's a national security issue of Kruma.
There's
say yanka ho asem. It's very very important. Bravo say. Near cost of Kruma and answer here there's a security threat. Because and there oko be bia Kruma near cost no. A police for tata driver for. What a landlord tata tenant for. No ma say no ma cost say me bus CI.
What do you mean?
They say me bus CI. Cycle higher.
Listen.
Richard. Mama can
Richard.
Richard me cycle higher overhead ya. A police for no more hono. Every trot driver mo 30 Ghana for operation fee. Why? Adai. No, there's a security issue.
This is a word.
Is it?
Word allegation.
It's not one allegation. I am just a victim of what happened right now.
Word allegation.
Oh, brother, I will not come at a neat FM. I mean, neat FM cancel
to say, oh, make you word allegation. He said,
yes.
Or say police for original, be a jump 30 Ghana.
Brother, just circle higher.
Police for
drop for now. Omolodi cast no. Onya be drive operation field to 30 Ghana. I'm telling you.
Okay. That's it.
Brother, national security issue because obi a word Kruma
Richard mamin kwenim na you do other matters so abetimi aka wan same way because that's not what we're talking
to.
Say
manya kwenya dey say me nka ne ha me.
No, when you get to your other matters.
Ghana for so you funu so hawe. Ko by na ka so you funu hawe.
Say come na dey me say national security issue.
Richard.
Brother, na ke wetra aka ne nyina no dey wan kasa onja you. Me ka magana for etie na e koso no. National security issue I cost.
Richard, let's respect it here for no. This is not how we do the show, Pacho Baby. I'm not saying that me ma kwai my own kasa, but I'm saying that.
So non cause me fan trust me fan boss on kwai na me teaching ya me kuyo.
Yeah, me say.
Nti me stop it, them stop.
Who will see time?
Mate.
Pacho Baby. So our first issue that we're looking at over Ghanaian Times the work at 70% of roads nationwide bad due to lack of maintenance culture. Only 4% of road sector investment used to repair existing roads. Na minka kakrana memra na minsha same fuse Richard. So I say the director of planning of Ghana Highway Authority GHA, Mr. Sichofe David Addo, has called on government to ensure a balance between constructing new roads and maintaining existing ones in the country. According to him, it was worrying that 96% of road investment was used to build new roads and only 4% was used to maintain existing ones. If you see what I'm saying. So, Ora Adu Asema Okan said Ghana, Yakwano, about 70% or Hanchichemu Edioson in Nanye. Na Adiaba Aqua who said Sika Yadia Aquine and I buy say be a disha Yakwano. 96%. That is getting in a yakwan for 4% pe akwani aye no 4% pe na edcca we no amama kai nanu bia me tu kwan ko US abrechime mu na me gina honum sa na me kofo me am kasa me na me kofo I don't nya correct na akwan bia me faso ko me busuafo efie na akwan nya hwe Richard ni Nana K akwan nya hwe yo na nkofo ya san kodwi kwan no so omo ye kwan ni biom so I'm there na me say these people, why they doing this road? No, and no be church. Okay, and in our maintenance.
Engineers in the Juma.
Engineers, engineer. Papa na sema kasi 90.
How na engineers no mood di kwa.
Or just 72. Me wan sha sia na.
Man say so person say 70.
Na ke sha sia.
Me na ko say dey nim dada.
Mami wan sha sia. Ada na this born the engineers.
Agwasi.
Papa is 96% of Sikana Ban, ya the co who engineers.
Evangelist na Mentia NPP. Amanjokuno, penny for free national chairman, so general secretary, deputy.
mo ha adwene we chia mpanifo nyina se me do tu dwa san be chia amanfo bi
me nchia obi an Kwasi Uze je your board picture hwe manim sa manchia ne sa me I will not be comfortable I mean chia en grassroots fo nyina mabuna omo de omo kra to ho esom NPP no be chia o manop kanu kwadwo damoa anokwa ba bia obi ametia wo papa you hu ne bodwuma pa ne fa som Ghana fo be hunu nyuma pa no be kwaso abo abaso Kwasi oman ye problem na ye problem a ye wo no Kwasi minim de betimi aboa ama yetimi aso sa problem na no de ntia o kan asem na me de sobo ebo engineers ne say is it no way an engineer bi a okohwe o supervise ekwan bi ye ekwan na nso for just 1 meter 1 meter Kwasi 1 meter to say you ya de go to prison I saw to just 1 meter yetman mu engineer gina site ama obi aye kwan a 1 kilometer wanye onenam ne ba bi free kilometers ka so ma chadi o so mo ye ne dey onenam ne ba bi free obi anya ne hwe Kwasi kai how many times I dance man kwan yaye Kwasi dance man main road how many times
me dance man ba me take lakeside ye kwan no minim se o ma ye no be ne ho
imagine
da bia mo ye na tutu
within which period ebi enu 10 years
oh ndi afimpo
na ya no bear 4 times so you ask yourself say Kwasi me da bia de me kan say oman no I was saying nyina ye kan ye hu bom na ye tro policy direction said de ye koni wona so ye John Mahama na so ye Akufo-Addo na so ye hwan ubedi man ne so a yan Ghana for de ye see ye penie into manifesto no should go in line with our policy direction na oman no e de ato ho no Kwasi mimi gidi ye say sanke be pipire ye ho atutu mirika say ye pese ye kwan dodo na ne ye shodi work no Jem fancy ye ni so say NPP abaye na eti akonya so ye dualize Accra to Tamale. This is a major vision ye for the next maybe 25 to 50 years na yenko ho se ye kwakoye any maintenance work na Kwasi se de sa de we si ye ni so the next government obeba no say Richard Manu Ribi and ebeba be di so a the next one ye wie Accra to Tamale na efa Kumasi your friend say about 3 or 4 5 regions abomu no aja o makwan amomo no Kwasi ye wie the next one no so kai omampani da akofo adwuma obeyeye from is it ho denu aflawo denu eba ya betwa mu ko takra de alibo ene man nya n1 yi Kwasi nya ne da so nam so yi omampani kofo wie na adwuma 2008 ene ye 2021 ene da so nam so yo enso hwa me nkyere wa kiri omampani da John Mahama just about 6 years ago ena no so wo ye kasoa ayi flyover no enti ma omu gina so adwuma na ka flyover ne ye ne ho no Kwasi so nim ayi your friend say kasoa kwa ru old barrier Bojo Beach Road no a fa ho akopie budumbrem anti na oma ekọ Cape Coast ni ade because of congestion na ekoso kasoa krom ne traffic dodo nti na ho ena omofa Kwasi beje de se project no oma nwie kasoa flyover no sa kwan na omo ye na tutu oma nwie o ara won sem ne say contractor kro ye say adwuma no Richard oye kwan ni wie your gas ne starting so omo use no 2 weeks pepepe ana mna kese bi tu beda enfifi wo fo your friend say Crown Liberty Hotel means so sa kwan na from old barrier uzo obefo bipo bi ansa no descend ya Kings University ho no bipo no fo bipo na kwan ni mu to 2 years within 2 weeks and was abegina obefele ye Kwasi these are the challenges we are facing so the work ni ye nte where you who is so corrupt o engineer kro ye who is so corrupt contractor kro when you corrupt but politician na wono ati the baby dwene ne ho no the technical man or engineer de adwuma na hye ne nsa consultant ka ho so ohwe ne ya adwuma pa no Kwasi omo ne na won baby free ewi akira ye boss sesi amebo mampani da John Dramani Mahamadin if we say na brasu no hema ye yes adwuma fo no And so the nipa na ade bia start kɔ so. Kwasi, my main first so your friend say asedaka CM education minister educhum. Na me fa ba konso ma me nua pani napo energy ministry ho. Kwasi so how trend bi e kɔ so a. Minister si mienu ɛnam sɛ trade ministry so ma hu sɛ ɔno abo alon kɔjɔ kyerɛ maten so ɛnso ɛyɛ saa ade ni bi. Kwasi wudi masema meka ho ade a meka ho asɛm yi.
Media na me akwan ho asɛm na me.
Ɛno na meka. Minister si ahunu sɛ asɛm bi aba na ministry no agye ato ne ho so ne ablame wɔ mo. They say the directors was mo na mo responding to issues. It is all education and some eba ya ma notice in tama students go to school mafia say mo san go fie no. Director general na handle. Minister na ma bonti ameka bi.
Now so to
was city the American said the American question said
no but
those directors
okay
engineers
no we blame engineers and directors
I think that we should hold them responsible.
But this is not the key issue here we are looking at. Papa no opinina sema kan say Ghana yakwan no akwan no de ye but the issue ni say ye akwan na we have issues or problem. Yeah, how about maintenance culture? We blame game no
maintenance ni be
blame game no dear watch your honum saying. Was say as a country we are aggressively building new roads and they are quite yeah. But no, yes, yeah. But see we 96%. Yeah, they call acquiring for fry 4% maintenance, which means that maintenance no dear ya tune JJ mu. And to Nunya ya and Kasisi Akrano. 40% investment in new roads, 60% in because say idea ye maintaining a quina yayana. And at least the roads will also be okay, you have a problem. By a channel now say and you are blaming
me maintenance hono. Nina engineers is our problem honso. Because who maintenance I see a coach with the asphalt for fresh honoma. I was in the old road no. Who be that? Yeah, my maintenance different. The old US I go who you know. Ye chat pine in here we are. I dare to number first who see a juma. Was ya then young engineer CD? One much channel we are near a dimidom the best hono. As soon as what? As any a dadano. The announcement where they are best over from about the Tokura Sabadam Vivi. The Asuno, Tokura Sabadam Vivinens who Togum, na Yama Fena said Chamanakasi. But to some extent, no, but see, many are drink 60% no dear, meaning is a beboa, because ya quino, the any dorsal. Intimation supporting us a worker. The monkey and say be a 70-30. Maintenance, no, I acquire dada. The cost of maintaining it, the cost of constructing new road. Intimacy, that Abramono, the best safety attention now. Who said so Bekaya, and ya yakwan across Sports Stadium. Ye Jaimani property and I death track until say, I buy we say by a Minister of Sports, Esiama, and a in a freeway, former minister. And this scene and this is what maintain sports stadium now. Namiadum. What to me, I yes, Eduma Pano. Quasi baby, a babedry. Say, I may any America beboka cry, one who buying. That is the key word. Yeah, one no ya bebo who buying. Na ye ya best some say ye Ghana for. Na ye the selfish interest in beton chain. See the Juma we are say kohene supervise. Koshe na ye no china won so fasubi. Ubekom hwe ayi ze bechemo say sunyane kwan so na gay musician ko wuyi. On friend say ayi Ebony. Ni ase obi na ye adwuma wu. And wa hipu anwane aboade agu ho. Ye se akum nipa be de o Ebony de na ye why stand ye kwasi ye bu ani aguso a o ubekom na nipa ye engineer ni busuani ni Ebony afei de ofiri mu no na dwena ba ne ho so ya kwan ya kwasi ye nam so yi
okay ye ne fesi for me
baby bebre wonum a ubekọ no na ade we se nso ya de akwasi e hadwe so o man ye me anibere ni taking it serious twase ya kwan ni e gatas ni ye nade de atoso aka betimi afa so spam dealers ni sa bokina be boys yi oba yi ni nyina eton di ko first light go clinic ba ko kra ni so ube na moto awrem ube na kasem benifo sorry
me da se
ni yema bam body kakra e won ye hwe ni yema ho ban Yente many pay one son ya take any action. But many just said new a great Accra regional minister no. And he honorable Sensubu Atini in the Abujina Pomania Brese. Sadia Tibiano. Or make sure a flooding issues are faced to one crying. Any other places, you know, won't be here free. This is what we want.
Nana K, my main call Richard Manuribe so of the NDC now. Minty Richard. So yeah.
Yeah, can roads in some
roads, yeah.
Yes, Robert. So, and then another insecurity. When you now bow down to insecurity in the nation, Robert, Mamenda, me, your opinion, such a pay. So, on the director of highways, isn't it? Robert, such a pay on a director of highways.
Yeah, Ghana Highways.
Ghana Highways Authority. Me just say, you want penny for be saying, no, bet my boot. About one time, a kind of crazy, a bit wow for us move as a nation. Robert, Ben so I do at the first century. I can do say Ghana, a very serious country. Moving forward, na yet me won't say, baby, I be and ye be a queen. Ah, Bragozi. So and there, Ufie, but no be traffic. Oba won't say traffic light, a traffic light, bapper, cars na ever traffic light. There will be over 600 to 800 cars or more because of bad roads. Even in the inner city roads. What is that car? Your inner city roads are very, very bad. Very, very, very poor. And as some as your paper kind, and say, young tenant for your judge, so. And then Nanake, a very intelligent communicator. They can damage control, one of the best. And no, but on Swabi issue, never got to be ever blamed into engineers. So, Papa and some are kind, or see only 4% and I'm equal road maintenance. That roads now here and road maintenance. It is very serious issue we have to take a critical look at. Abenan will say, acquire on my penny John Dramani Mama yet too honor. And there was a question in Ademuno. So, Omukwaya be or service and maintenance was what? Bravozy, a idea, Eddie credit the bomb, and they won't do it. Then you know say, the Road Act, Lord, and say, so we are acquiring, not acquiring, say, within 5 years, no. Contractor now, or yeah, Juma was our no. On the Bashasu, I'm maintaining our road through that period of time. The Bravozy, and I mean, Kate here or Case, fly over Nasa, no. Na omampeni John Dramani mama timi ya sa kwan no nyina wie. Wo hwe akwan omampeni John Dramani mama ye Ghana ha nyina. Akwan nya we almost down almost 70% of the roads. And some mobile as MPP for ya mobile no. The kwan say be the duty of the Minister of Road and Highways. And the Ghana Highways Authority say omon free call back the contractors to come to the road and do maintenance. Na enka cries omon for more and there are terms and conditions I maintain on that road. They won't do it. And that's exactly what is actually happening. Not even that we are now. It is clear, say, abandoning in Aban who say, a quina or Mampeni John Dramani Mahama year 2 honor. Say a person inquire who maintenance, and I person and whom be a person inquire, Chobom and Dorso. Sound line, Chobom and Dorso. And your mother, what is a quina?
But I mean, yes, this issue of maintenance, just maybe with MPP.
I am making a point.
Yeah,
I can't tell you what kind of. I trouble not something I wouldn't want to look at the maintenance of the road. And the moves are contract will boom 100 million Ghana cedi, 200 million Ghana cedi. Trouble minute ever also. And they are quite not Mampeni John Dramani Mama Yeno. They will not go and maintain it. That is why the director of road and highways, I would say, a idea how Ghana ha. Bagozi. Ukai and Mampeni John Dramani Mahama.
No, Nanake.
Ukai, Tama and Mampeni. Ukai or Mampeni John. Oh, will you behave yourself? Ukai and Mankasao.
Richard Koso.
Ukai, Tama Mampeni John Dramani Mama Mampeni. East Legon, other areas. Brother, Uda, Ufia and Aju, no Kofia, Bontana Kwano, Omunia. The following morning, don't want to ask for to go, and you be not going to USA. No. That is what we were doing. That time, when we talk about road maintenance, we were doing it even under youth employment program. Yet the more they be by ever road maintenance model. And it's after that time, the road maintenance, it was our major concern. Brother, and we were building other roads. Yeah, building roads, no. Yeah, building roads, no. They are share road maintenance, so. And all the roads now, you're building, you know. According to there were issues on that. But then him say, and Kwan said to that level, a seven go for a contractor now, or yeah, Quano. No, me, where was he? Unim Quanta Sampa.
David.
Unim Quanta, I have Quanta. Udum Quanta, the my dancing or Oko quick. Saquano, yeah, no, Tallis Aquano. Yeah, no, not a bridge, MP before by a bridge. Within 1 year, it's a bridge now collapse, death track. Or be a beco as a minister, and not DC, and not MC beco, they maintain that bridge, and then minute they passenger fuka, and say other cars, other the river bank, no more cross car. And this is exactly what is happening. So it's a major problem. That's some way, and any blame to engineers. A banny dear, one will say, on to me invest baby. The kickbacks no enye kese. So they will not even bother about that. Nti me die ne okaya no da bia meka. And intra mampani John Dramani mama okaya manifesto na. It was our major concern say building roads and road maintenance our problem. It was our factor. We're coming to dualize the roads. Na ya kwani nyina mani nyina se yi. Anche bia eno mampani ebe jechire. Eba ga na ebe lanchi or see concrete roads. Okay. E watema. They're going to do tema the whole concrete road and then 1 single kilometer across 1 year. According to work tema guys and say. Apart from saying your company John Dramani Mama call Jaika for sky by over the tema runabout no. A quambia and there was a my tema. And it's that one day, you say a major concern. You say maybe I drew the against them, a dear pansa. When you know, I made the cardboard down to the national security issue. Amount where the road carnage is too much today. And then from January to now, over 2,000 people lost their life from road accidents. Then you know, I brought down to bad roads. Then you know, I brought to lack of road maintenance. And to me, the me can say, you ain't gonna afford it. We have to be very, very, very careful. Now, you shouldn't hear about what your concern, dear. You can't concern it, dear. It's not your priority. No more priority. You say, you say, you to win the next election is what they think about. They don't think about Ghanaians. And roads in there, we don't patch us. You collective responsibility as Ghanaians. We are Ashankani no acquiring so. Just say acquiring dear. Say na de don't call for na bembe ye pa be maintain road am pa dear. Enya dear beba so. And you know when kranka say 3 hours are we dey 5 hours passengers no. En kranka e be do am brebi be ba. O man pani John Dramani ma sabak abemu ya be president bioma. All this problem will be solved. Now, as a Ghanaians, but we are doing it. It's not a concern to the nation.
You see, more kasa. That's cool, but say they are in Yadiano, Ebia Manyo Semsa, na ye ma ye nyina ye tiasesa so ma ye hia a very Ebia proper maintenance culture. Ebeboa.
Oh no, but was I didn't mean that. And I make sure say, anything that and my penny John Dramani Mahamano. No, anything I mentioned, and my company John Draman before now in the air who say it's been 5 years now. There's no single maintenance on our road. And any concern I raise it. That was it. That's the clear concern I raise it. And let me say, under my penny John, who kai pass it in a city road, who done who feel who be see maybe 5 o'clock. No, the question in say the following one 9 in your asphalt. Yet the road maintenance model under youth employment. Now road maintenance. Potholes be an air. Those days who shall Osin Kroma, but was not on my barricade no, on my road diversion. Now, there's potholes. No, those days, urban roads, okay, urban roads. No, that was a major thing. Now, we are Kroma. 5 years now, we've not seen anything. And the director of roads, no, road and highways, there is a concern. So let us see to it. Me, I'm not doing politics in this thing. I am just comparing leadership. Now, comparing leadership,
you don't know, so let me educate you on that.
Oh, are you to educate me?
No, you don't know what you're talking
about. Urban roads need other highways for air maintenance. That is the major concern I raise. And it's a duty of government. And you better have engineer, chief force engineer. Engineer, there's all money count to me. Say engineer, the assessment of the road. One of the contract number contractor. No, what me idea. And to me, dear. Yeah, maybe can say, yeah, say, I show you the best ye. Baby, I bet you no dear. And now road and highways for no. I'll call on the minister say, you say, I concern in debating there. On Jason and a whole boo, it is important, say, you should see to all this is now and good roads and our road. Then we can prevent road accident. It's a concern, it's a major concern. And I mean, trying to find in your politics. It is very unfair. Say, politics. Let's put politics aside and make sure that we build a nation.
Okay.
But build a nation, the government never win now.
Okay, all right. Me da see. My main kind comments kakra. Na my main kind comments kakra. Main kind comments kakra. Now I'm going to remember here your next issue. Mpacho be brain, Mpacho. Don't use words like that, Mpacho. Mpacho, Nanake, Mpacho, may use words like that on your fellow panel member, Mpacho be brain. Why? May say, Nanake, my main kind of comment. Kwesi, ritual killings won't stop as far as TV stations allow pastors, Muslim fetishists, etc., to advertise openly on prime time. Government should rather advise our youth that there is no such free money without hard work. That's Kwesi Botri, Sydney, and the buy, yeah. DJ O'Malley and YOC Goss, we, the NPP party communicators, serial callers, and grassroots have been totally neglected by the party. But we are telling the national executives that 2024 is around the corner. That DJ O'Malley and YOC. Opare was to whom big thanks to Protozwa, the Messiah of swing politics. For what have they done? Is that what you're here to do? Just thanking them. Commenting issues near Kano Pacho. I don't know who I'm teaching. Okay, so this one, Savior Adenta says he wanted us to speak to Bafa Stock on this mackerel egg palaver for the truth. The poultry farmer is misinforming the public. I'm sure, well, we did speak to them on the show. Teacher Kujo Tepa and Susu, NPP needs men like Chairman San Bonsu, bold and straightforward. Anyone who really understands Ghanaian politics know that if NPP makes the mistake of preventing or ignoring Dr. Baumia from leading the party this time around, it shall not augur well. Well, that's a strong one there. Ankuma Foster, Ashima Yobi, was say the COVID pandemic is still increasing. Let's continue to follow the protocols and plead to President to support Ghana Herbal Medical Association. Okay. My main fancy as a young coin na share another issue which a lot of the papers know has to do with the broadcasting bill. Government being tactful in passing broadcasting bill, says Upon Nkrumah. Ninyina said Nancy Kaswa Semi si amanfo ahye TV stations, radio stations. Nia mubusane said TV stations titu enyama ye yi oso ne ne ekoso no enya ade a eya ahomka. Enti yema mmra bi enye adwuma. Ebi ede omani akire emra nke betimi aboa delbo enyuma no titu efa no radio ni TV. Ye friend broadcasting bill da so a konkon honum sei. Ena owura kujo Upon Nkrumah kase aban no eba no sa bill we a so mo hwe niam yie nti o mo hwe niam mu nsu yie papa nkitahode egusu a ekoso a wo mo hwe because wo man hwe ni yie a na wo mo allow anything be just to go a ebetimi ha Ghana media freedom and freedoms of expression which are rights our constitution edi amaye enunti na wo mato omoboa with sa broadcasting bill because e bi say senka no buyer nke betimi aboa ema sa niama bi a ekoso bi a we TV so no entimi anko nanake broadcasting bill ehonsem e bi say nansen kaso ansensem ebra so say ye say etimi ma sa ade ye edwuma niama bi ekoso we TV so nka ade wo ha nka beboa menyi wa dwenche kakra
me that say before I quick one make broadcasting bill na say na me nua yi ka sem bia na me ka sem my seconds frankly
ho man kwa ntem
asi o hwe maintenance work a mampani do dan kwa kufu ado by waje e ya route so and a maintenance work na all ye no enye bodwa maintenance work a and this wa be mo no mo ye ni bi ba bia ye maintenance ni nyina ye gu new asphalt and ye gu enye sa ayi chippings no be gugu o man mu no it is one nam kuremu no so hu na eso no ara o ma me ewu no so wada oba so ya be no aduane amuadi ne nkyere wachiri kwasi ayi tasa no ha ya tasa no ha ya kwan ya ye nya kwasi mejidi ye se Upon Nkrumah ka ayi broadcasting bill ho asem se o ma nya botire no ma nhwem na o mo pepre o mo ho kopase ene lobby a anhwa na first of all okasa about media freedom mejidi ye se eye ade a ye hia abotre ti ebetimi atena se ne de proper planning atofom ni ahweba se si yi Because we will be a friend a long-term plan and a short-term plan. At the end of the day, to her, a city, sorry, gidi yano. Your mind, yantinas in take decision. Dear Kosui, ye to your nurse it so, and I am penny, other was the antichroman miana. I think that about we are Brazilian, say, yam penny ma alcoholic beverages on your home advert during daytime, no, prime time, no, omunyai. No man, I think after 8 p.m. And taking many years to take this decision. So, Mestre, yet yes, say, Opepre ho, now pause here, so pretty preco pause here, emojaba. But, and your money be one my here short-term solution. Me travel for the SWA can pain. And Kwalaya Kwakokum Abrantia biwo, Casway. Almost some more can say TV soon no more, some ameno, advert. And no more picking number, no more friend. I don't say, see a bandy from television. I don't say way a beansy beam. But I think say you the cause of the SCADR. You tackle the problem, no. I say Matisia see a check on 4 bar. Name you share the cause, no. I for the mom platform mom ye dom di. I don't think I see about Aboagye machine can see Neat FM. Despite media, more entertaining those things. Now what the more say. Ansana yedo content better your video so no na de asone so hunu say we MONTIE a engu ye station anim ase and the other people omutimi the same thing na can they do same and now your friend say the means that digital TV na abanintio see bebre na dwumadi omudi ne say and a comfort station and a comfort station and a malam dangerous station and a Japan station, and our Fasinia station, and the Abubo station, you have to do Diana, a big idea in the cash. Mount TV is cash TV. I'm not attacking the owner, but make me use in general.
Until be TV din so no so.
I don't say me use no in general, kwasi. Now she say, will be at me mama me penia swap blog. Se faculty betre. Na me no mu na usika be piaba. Kwasi ni ezima loto numbers wo nyankopon fie ade ani eye anti-Christian council to me o na mo ni to me o betimi abandon grofobia we na me so mpa no kwasi we Christian church ni Yesu ma loto number wo he Gasamani anase Samaria anase Galilea ba bi o sorry ye no anase ahimfa na Yesu ma loto number Yesu ama quick money wo ba bia enti woman mu pe quick money afia sorry dem na ya ton lotto numbers fa we bra na beji we na pa che okwasi sofu no che lotto number no no okotwa bi dia yechi a woje wusika wo to ofre na ma na nsa no ma lotto number no kwasi wonde wonya number okotwa bi no dia yechi ana malam cross one day I friend say wono na hunu sunsun mu ne ma ohun number bebo national kwasi wono na busuafo ndo mu hieska ni wafasifo nyina ya adwuma wono ankasa krosan ya adwuma enti ya den na mo so saa sebinsamfo we seso me de me gidi yese kwasi o say take critical decision be very harsh on nkrofo a ye beti wo mo on these issues ho hwe yasa saying police ID headquarters so I was is this no just cyber crime for anti-armed robbery department wo Wazuka say ahaya insawom ha. Omukwache konfobia. No akumu nipa o. Enipa wakumo mo tutu omunya. Enipa yakumo asiesi omukwa more than 10. Wo bana so oju sika no na ha na adwaba no man boys akum. Kwasi nyo no nko. Ya wa konfobe brom titi TV so a. Ya se dwuma mu so di ano no. Omo metofo omo ju sika diwe. Wo be ya no ya mo wa na akum. Akonfo. Na ye isusa no. Kwasi ye nyini ba. Na ye wa konfo wo ye nkurase o. You don't even see them. You don't even see them. And then I come, I have fashion.
Okay, you
come forward with swag. Well, meaning say come forward colleague and they training one more. Come forward, almost chatting on much information, you know. So these are the challenges. Mr. Some of these issues, because we need to look at it at the national angle. Now, you say we near the politics, no. It's a national problem. Obi nim die or the next target. Obi nim die bone beto ne chena. This all better now some of these issues, yes, or the best politics. It's up to you.
Okay.
The amendment man no see me can say, honorable Kwajo Ponkunuma, and him Rashe Bejafua, or more requests away, and Rano Rashe Bejafone, a year. See, bet me a call you back. I know said they are on recess.
Yeah.
Bet me a call you back for 2-3 days. No one devote your time for this particular issue. No one passing me my no media, no, any TV stations are. Yadini lines is having microphobia. A brown modi bonny a bra a bomb mino. Young closing in down.
May that say, Maminji, Richard Manoribe Oti, Nanake of the MPP Uti, Richard.
Nanake, Wakasa. But all Kasa no says Russo. But this is maybe to higher politics. Media, only a brother. A Juma as some idea national development, but I know as an American. Only me, I mean, I've been very realistic.
Broadcasting bill, Nacho.
Honorable Kojo Ponkruma Kayano. That was an Ukrainian. Me, I say, married journalism, media law and ethics, and a new media CAD. Mean to me, Kasa broadcasting bill, Nache. I will perfectly agree with many opinion Kojo Ponkruma say. You be pass such bill, you say, and take a critical look at it. Now, before you can pass that bill. Bills be or higher pass or at the end of the day, the active and inactive no any problem. At the end of the day, Parliament pass a bill no year. Parliament pass a bill no year. Or the laws or the bill no laws no or the but Ghana Police Service. So Ghana Police Service now be enacted laws no. Then it goes to judiciary. So we are default and then you'll be prosecuted and then be fined or be jailed. And he said you be passing laws be say and yes and then asem we ase agidi eni mani me ya enjina so nem pass bill no bra was it nse me bra se okrom ha through media through whatever medium ma yenya ansem no whatever medium you pass is through media enti a bill no dey yenya botre na nhwehwe mu yiye bra was it say pass information bill anamwa information bill ya pass here no what is the then omudi ye dey I will agree with him say yenya botre na nhwehwe bill mu critically nem pass it and then na cake no it's a fact. Young measures to put in place as it stands now. Then to me cover this issue. Then to me who ni baby I call. But was it? You can say you can pass the broadcasting bill as a social media. Do you have a bill for it? But was it only Papa be Nanatia? Malam be on Facebook. Nanatia.
No the advert about to her. Important issues.
Oh, baby.
No
blocking Nanatia, free baby and Nanatia beba.
Meaning my Malamoya
magical. I dare you unto me. Oh, yeah, Nanatia say, Nanatia beba Facebook. Now, Oko Party, broadcasting bill. Now, social media, not new media, no. One share. Yes, one share measures in that. You go to Twitter, you go to Instagram. Nanatia is taking or teaching for baby. And there's another gentleman who are over the NLA pictures. Who for the sign out of my lotto number?
Hey, by force, Ubaji.
Ubaji lotto number. Oh yeah, they are crowd to me from phone so personally crossly or too short beard amount. So these are things I say. Nancy, I mean, call me for that.
I told you too short.
Oh, maybe no, that's a sticky lotto that me.
Okay.
Me call me for that. That's of reason. Or be at me, I use member of parliament be picture. At me now, cyber fraud. How do you call a cyber fraud? Frauding and Colombians up to the tune of 80,000 Ghana cedis. So the over recruiting to the security services. And the sank of you know, there's another medium I will use. And to say, assemble and then be a quadenya, Rassam and him say, and adding 10 the passive bill be a I'm buying it to Noma Bebrea. Adding Samba Brew or Kroma. Ghana Highway and Samba Brew. Your party laws because based on the conditions we have. I think that we should have time to deal with it. Then you heard him saying, yes, you are Caswadi. Right, was it? Baby, I see you. I see that. You were Kroma. Over to say, or build the TV station. If maybe I can't play. But make sure TV station, my friend, attend that TV. Or this Kagari. I chant this Sikagari say, Emma Sikagari Sikaba. Oh, chant this Gari, so Udiane too. And that is what the lady is sitting and doing. Oh, no, be a new where Facebook say, pocket no dry.
I know.
Pocket no dry. If you want to win elections, Me say, them me contest election, my land for. If you want to win election, pocket no dry. Then they know must send no social media so. So it is not only the print media and now the media, the medium of television and radio station. There's another avenue air coso. And the critical analysis in regulating the media. And going forward, and coming to say Ghana 50 something, 60 something years in the nation. And can say in as much as our population is growing, we will look at, we will see all this in air coso. And the answer in a year and find normal way unto 2 years. I think that passing a bill alone is not enough. But I think say the national security, the president of the Republic of Ghana, chiefs, the municipal assemblies, young farmers has been put in place. I bet me share. Now, areas be it's a prone area. That was the area be cham when they be a Jundi. Now, how normal so a idea a cost in other areas. Even if you don't use media, why using media? The people have contact. Was it Uber Ajuma? What should be about? Oh. Na juma ya me uye pa opa bibia metimi abo no what me ya bibi say eh ya dia ya koso and going forward maybe I do there eh ya dia ya nsa hwanhwe no ye bra was ye kai hwe asema esi okaso bo esi ya esi okaso omo say me ne meti e ne say but onim say in the first place onim say akwana we Ishmael offering kwanta
Devi
offering kwanta di mama ni papa nyina offering kwanta they are from kwanta south.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so I know the family very well. Omo say area na omo ti ho no and Kwalano Kuano guy named say Ebefa. Omudino no area home Kwalano Mudin say Ebefa. Nan for our area ho more fans that be Ebefa. Not knowing nobody could have even look a critical look at a dinner on Mudimon. And these are school dropout. And Kolaya Omuna Bakukan and Nazi. It was alleged say my allegation or you are $10,000. And so these children are just living in the society.
I'm a yatch a crowd and that was a prison about or remand about. Now I'm sorry, yeah, almost yes on Babuno, Braga, so yes on Babuno. Yes, I come, yeah. Aqualana say, would you try me? You want the bonny say, you come Nipa Miatua, who's that threatening will be that will come back and Babetono.
As somewhere, yeah, me just say, and Shannon, Yanshani, now, who be responsible. Media make and can responsibility. And every parent will not be happy so obey Bama wedding somebody by a condition. The condition in which we are can also compel you to do something. But young share man jina we so enko pass bill be a echina na acquire law be a be very functional. Yen panom yenya butre yen fa no man to 2 years near Minister of Information candidate. This one there I perfectly agree with him.
Okay.
Yen share now will make progress in this nation. And you say you pass laws based on something.
Okay. A brand new to me bana Baba Jim closing comment. Any of the issue be a more person mo touch on. I don't have time to put any more issues into more. Ni person mo kan ho be no wa picking mama just about 2 minutes no kan asem. Ablade or if you come Zongo says how on earth can 1,800 prisoners escape from one prison where the prison officers sleeping, and it happened almost a week ago now that our leaders are our leaders are ringing the alarm bell. Do we think the escapees will still be hanging in Nigeria? Okay, well, hanging in Nigeria. That's one here from Ablade. Teacher Kujo Watepa, Susu says NPP needs men like Chairman Sabonsu. Straightforward. Daniel Chimesi Tuva Kaswa says, please ask the poultry farmer, how can poultry farmers increase their eggs more than 50% early this year, because Ghanaians' demand is high. He's already gone anyway. But your question, I mean, who question is here? See, our borders should be tight because we have problems with a few ones. As now, internet fraud and other bad names are what they are giving Ghana. That's Simon Azaliko from Agbogba EP down. Baba Zamu Master Planner Jr. Kintampo says the authorities of at ECG are saying it's a technical challenge, and some opposition parties also forcing it to be doomed. So we should not be surprised about it, because we okay. I mean, fancy, I'm saying Baba a message, the other part of it, IBB, what I'm saying. Unel Ampon Amsterdam says sometimes politicians should know listeners are also residing or have families in Ghana and have worked in SHS. He's simply lying that expired food and even palm oil used in making soap is being used in cooking for the student. He only casted insinuations and wasn't bold in mentioning one single school. But for the supply of eggs being replaced by mackerel, this should be investigated. Honorable Apak did not say the entire truth. He was just doing propaganda. Onel and Ponsa, Amsterdam, and what the no fee and what they buy. All right, so my member, Richard, any issue? Closing comment, 2 minutes.
I'm shocked by this in the SHS or and that year. Yentimian Kusiakra Ghana ha emfa feeding colano. China for mackerel. I said, yeah, the Kojia na ya to one carton near Bubu half of a tonkola and Midi. MPP are buying chairs, even cocoa, cranan, num cocoa every day, ever cruma. Now, and Kosiari dear, every day, Oman goes there. Do you know the secret behind this mackerel thing? Yellow corn now, you defeated poultry farms, no. It's a bent mess importing Bakruma. Even to feed this poultry farms and farmers is only feed crowd. I am telling you.
But Papa, you didn't casa no pay one casa.
Oh, I am telling you.
Was say planting for foods and jobs at Daruman? I'm say a Bruna semna enya bad sir.
What's enya bad sir? Yes, enya bad.
Enya bad.
What's enya bad sir? Yes, enya bad.
Me na make cancer, but one casa. They don't have issues.
Enya papa no kwan poultry farmer. We are poultry farmer. We not poultry farmer.
Association for.
So, president, me poultry farmer. That is my challenge.
Well, you did it.
It is my challenge.
We are no
no. They said yeah, we are local business. Yeah, good as a poultry farmers on a drew. And could say I cry a better could say talk back. Mimi dear, me can be brave. Some fans answer no. Ebenezer, ben another dog for the dear bedroom. Just ask for students. Say they move good poultry farmers. As a mostly planting for food, you are going to boost agriculture. Bravo, what is the duty of buffer stock? Yeah, I'm penny John Mills that buffer stock because of food security. No, you never revamp buffer stock. Man, no, it was no, and Kenya man penny John Dramani Mahama. That those the buffer stock were not functioning. Yeah, we need history by. And the end yeah, maybe poultry farmers, maybe I drew in here. What you must remember, Guno. We told you say more jobs and more companies were going to be collapsed. And they cost you. Unimen Crofua and there. Omun kosi akura and omun to yi but say aben say obako to parade on to China for the no mboto kwalana di the enko no sa mimi die the men say the ama omun so mo ye na no mo ye.
Oh, okay. But Buffer stock was set up in 2010, right?
20 what?
Is it 2010?
Yes, it was 2010.
Buffer stock has
and no.
Hold on.
And the act, even the act. The act was passed in
20. Yes. Revival na mobile. So it was there in Kwame Nkrumah's days.
Oh, but under Kufoni Rolling Stone was not there. Man, Penny John, you even gave the right information. Man, Penny John Bills, and they buy a Buffer Stock Company Limited, and all the act they buy. Even the act was passed in 2010. Yeah, you mean also?
Where we?
Yeah.
And the Eko Enimino.
There's a critical issue via Koso. I think SHS the year many year for the year politics. No, I know sometimes I home because don't read the story now. And yet the Omo can and no one seven the menu year. And I made the December first of all responding to this issue. Say, and you no credit that some we place egg with mackerel no. Now eggs omu use together with the mackerel. I what that and just something new. I said, oh, her in a publisher, you know what they want to do. Quasi quick one. Yenya issues be on my about yen fishes say ewu opunimu. Ama recently you see usune azim ni other places. Esuno are rejected to dona dioma bigu abonting. Well, quasi person be yusu wafidi. I did a research. Our fisheries commissioner.
Oh yeah, in
now. One of these days, me back see videos are me I was seeing so deep seas. Say I'm any American sorry China for our own. Was in your galamse nkwa no mutu. Epone so nso mutu galamse ni bi opone so. I won't be surprised because see empanifo ase omo obi na bi adu wudro bi na edi agu nsuo nim na ekunkum ayi dolphins no. But see I have videos dolphins ibi yeah omo machines na catch omo deep sea or the babonti e be chini into omo return omo back to the sea. No ma wu. Me say me send you videos ni bi. Research bi a me me team kokoye. Because do you know the amount of evil things and crofoni ye won so ni so Chinese people no. Hwe. Omo a roller na esi vessel ne so no. Roller na homa ne very longer. It be cut down to the sea. Eko hit the ground. Ade bi da notice asoso no. Vessel ni move na efuntum asase no. One kitten e wo fom nyina na omo na tene chisa wo mo. I have video of that. And also much is fishing kitwe omo push omo back to the sea. Na see no, ade e wood to my very rejected the number beto abonten. Metimi aka sisu dia pain say kwati. Dia kwaso yi enye drobia na obi de goods wonim. Eyam crofoni machines ni bi na ate dolphins no ma reject omo goods wonim. Amenso na yi abegu abonten. Epani fom na nsi fom. Ono obo me bisa wakunsin mi wogide wo mu. Abre we say me expect say ubema sa a friend is a surveillance team no. That surveillance team is weak. Because you need to want to bet in the aquarium and frying. Nian quatrans when it's on quat. Me say this time around no. Was he yet the any brandy and your thing? And a baby bowura by we say Makabua by no. I'm an succeed. Yan tell me and fed you my mancrophobia. On better if you know my da. They said, maybe I'm going to ask more education ministry and now a director general enter here. 1 o'clock, what does it fear? Oh, my Juma. Na me ka mama menka. Kwasi sankrofo we will fish all of them out. Nia penkrofo mani abre. So mo be adwuma de abo o man yi. Me se metimi aka sisi dua. According to me evidence me nya ye time ani ye sa research no. Wo be je de say omo machines vessels no. Any kwan so omo dirty oil no ye de gu sea ni mu. Me wo video a dirty oil no omo pump de gu sea mu. E pollute sea no. See pollution and then fear China for the year on so and so Ghana for be hono didn't or Macoma no to can near Tata. And I will be, but see, Yababa better airtime or UTV. Near ye, that's answer, Missika and one my metal or ye, a friend is there, was who had said Dominion to be consider me. Net your Facebook of Ware. Brabonia, China for boy, yen soon so. Was it one secret and I may cut to a video so? Wouldn't say, thank for fire, almost supervisors. Our motive vessel nim and share so many my bonny no. Nan say mu just about 2-3 years ago, omu pia bako to punim kono. For police headquarters is your case in that so that hot map to date. Ye would see. They killed the guy because omu ya my bonny guy need video omo. They killed him. Now kosha Ghana for China for we bubi a bit in second omu de no aduane won so vessel nim e bu Ghana for ebi. Omo ba dem penifo da no akoma no atum because of sika ye tuama wo munti. Me say honorable Mavis how akumsin. Minimum power ya madam for. I want you to take this issue up. Neshishem ekosiasie. Those Chinese no more say yen see no. If you have to kick them out, we should quickly do that. Air time. Ubet me akwa China kwa yesa ansem fun way. Now, Mr. Kwasi, their time a buff redfish. Redfish, no more catch redfish, or Munto Groma. I'm packing in to China, no Makoton. Now, they are said up a good young Puano, Yana saying. Na China Punaho. I then the Hodi Omunko say Omunsuanisa. The Kohodi Maraya Juma. Rusu Juma.
Yanfancy.
Yes, I'm penny for Mon sorry. Near the Jumadian Asayensa.
Like an I want a deputy minister of fishery.
I'm to a
No.
Made us same penny for Aminum D. Jumano, no pay Richard Manoribe of the NDC and Nana Kweja, AJ, Yabua, Nana K of the NPP, and I pay woman on Beboy and Ujmedia. So let me attempt my last batch of messages now. Yeah, sorry, Ujmedia, so and I pay messages here. Let's move. So don't you know they did census in 2010 and you are talking as if you don't know the last time census was done. I also side with Kwabena for there is no need for any census. It's just a waste of money. That Meshach Asante from Abusokan. I say, "Bibiana minimum." I'm refi. Minimum so my census be 1960s. But mistaken so Adrejiri. Do okay, but Meshach, that's your opinion. So I say a necessary. We need a dining there. Award house no. No na yes yempene ba census ni de de bebo.
Award house no.
Award house ni yes yempene ba we
de.
Mistaken so my do see Doomso is back. Prices of goods and services are skyrocketing. The inept, corrupt, and insensitive Nanado-led government has nicodemously increased LPG gas and other petroleum products. That's mistaken some Adrejiri. But your mommy kind me comments, you know. But your mommy kind. Let the doomsayers know that your station interviewed somebody, and he said this theater funds is not in the budget. The money is from British government, and they decided what it's meant for. Ghana government has no say. Fear of Oyarefa. The current NPP leadership should rather concentrate on government policies and how best to make this party more attractive rather than this current cacophony about whoever takes over the baton after Nanado leadership. It's too early for this. That's Jomo Pokrase Festus Nodi and no Eba. Yeah. I think Madi is Madi is Richard Manoribi. It's Richard, so I don't know why you call him. He's tickling himself and laughing. The Sakumono Beach Road, they asphalted in 2014. They didn't last for 2 years. Today, this government is doing it again. Nana Ponsa Bediako. Who can't Sakumono asphalted road once?
Oma na bebo eti oma kon mu ye nyina 2 years 1.5 years ni nyina say aban we na say asfati
yeah na mu asfati
aban we na say asfati
Osei Kweku UK Osei Kweku UK was in relation to the recent fisheries disaster which occurred in various communities shore in Pacho Osei Kweku UK no send message on person can it for tinyo there in relation to the recent fisheries disaster which occurred in various communities alleged the civic education units to swiftly update the general public on any current national concerns which may become a threat to both public health or consumption. In situations like this, we should also learn to take care of our health and safety and well-being to help prevent any avoidable health problems. So, say, UK KWASI, under the Mahama administration, a road in front of my house was maintained overnight. 5 months later, they came. Okay. They came and manholes was on that road. NDC must stop exposing the dead goat. You didn't add your name and where you're sending us for, and I was not quite getting what you're trying to say.
Oh yeah, fine. 102 manholes, 5 months. John Mahama Rose will be my own person. The gentleman person may attribute to John Mahama. No. Engineers be the supervisor here. Man, that is my problem.
KWASI, NPP and the government have failed Ghanaians, and 2024 is around the corner. EC boss incompetent for failing. Okay, that's Eric from Alajo NOD free by Leviticus Powers. Or say the free SHS is a game changer for the long-term eradication of poverty in Ghana. Nothing better is achieved without challenges, especially in this COVID-19 pandemic. That's Leviticus Powers with that one. Musa Abatu Akumasi. Now the dust has been settled, or the dust has settled. The unprecedented level of doom that we are seeing currently has nothing to do with repair works or new transmission lines. It's as a result of bad leadership. Government is lying to Ghanaians. The more they justify, the higher they insult the integrity of Ghanaians. Musa Abato Kumasi. Sami Buachi was a man Kesi. Ben Epstein should spare us with his tribalism and divisive journalism and leave our party NPP for us. He did it way back, some years ago, way back, okay, and failed abysmally. Nanado and NPP are on course, and we are very focused to meet the demands of the people. All right, so Hanum saying, Anna, me messages no, ABC. I know better it for a better master papa. More messages in the back. Nana minimum view monso uncle.
Minimum mechanics is here. Her caption will be their man. Nana can want to relocate to high seas. Wait
Okay. Yeah, yes, sorry, so now, yeah, Jimmy D, I trust you, the Abramo, that entertainment Ghana. Yami Shrabunina, no pay, could you damn me, Ado, and a bomb, yes, Jimmy D, and the Bravo. Fema was on social media pushing things for us. Miami D, who chami, Medini, KWASI, ABOAGYE. Today is the birthday of my mom. My mother, remember me, no dinner birthday. Now I know a friend now, or catch them say, one who saw your Kunina, my boss was second desperate. I came Kunafa, dia one. I'm saying the same way, but that by me tell the measure. I can't be a member be no fan as and if you adore ya mautrin kwanya minshira onto nkwe mahode ne nkwa ne hia ni aka ni na aye nshira ene eye me maami awoda ese ne no ankokra ese momo bi sunza na meti asebe ebesu Pesi ABOAGYE nie medamu nyina se watch na nkwani ahoden wo ha ye be sen hia bio wante menka make